all these 3 seats, the Congress candidates are contributing partly to the loss of Aam Aadmi Party candidates. See, Arvind Kejriwal, once you mentioned very emphatically, clearly, is that the loss of credibility, the decline or moving away from the politics he had stood for. Second is delivery of performance. People also realized that he did come up with fresh ideas, big ideas. But apart from the freebies, when it comes to delivering on air pollution, cleaning of Yamuna, security in Delhi, not security perhaps, installation of cameras, construction of roads, etc., he has not delivered.
Right. Parvesh Verma, the candidate who has thrown in a surprise there, Parvesh Verma, the BJP candidate from New Delhi constituency, triumphing over Arvind Kejriwal. He's all set to meet the Home Minister shortly. In fact, Maria, if you remember, if there are 2 candidates that the Home Minister was very
confident. Absolutely.
One was Parvesh Verma and the other was, of course, Ramesh Biduri from Kalkaji. And he is known to throw his weight behind these, contenders who take on very tough contests.
Giant slayers, as they are now being called. Parvesh Verma, the giant slayer, having defeated the Chief Minister and the former Chief Minister.
The poster boy.
The poster boy now.
In the last 15 years,
yes,
the strategy of the BJP has always been
Aishwarya
to
is now connected.
Aishwarya is now connected. The leaders,
he is joining us from outside Parvesh Verma's residence. What a moment for Parvesh Verma here, Aishwarya. You have been tracking him from day one, and he was confident, and so was the entire top brass of the BJP. And he is now headed to Home Minister's residence, where Amit Shah was backing him through and through.
And 6 months ago, we were all standing there, getting a reaction, sir, why did the party cut your ticket, right?
Yes, and just look at how it has. I mean, this is called the game of politics, the true Game of Thrones as it is being played here.
Well, certainly, and that's the biggest story of Delhi elections. Parvesh Verma defeating Aam Aadmi Party chief Arvind Kejriwal. That's the biggest story as far as the Delhi elections are concerned. And right now, we have moved inside the residence of Parvesh Verma. There you can see the family, friends, supporters, all have gathered over here. It was Hanuman Chalisa that was played earlier, and later now celebrations, victory for Parvesh Verma, as Parvesh Verma just headed to Home Minister Amit Shah's residence. And it was, of course, Home Minister that was very keen on these 3 seats, specifically Kalkaji, New Delhi Assembly constituency, and the Jangpura constituency as well. And Bharatiya Janata Party, clearly making their way ahead, and top giant, we can say, of the Bharatiya Janata Party, Parvesh Verma. Of course, Chief Minister's space, nothing had been said on that by the BJP top leadership as of now. But people over here, the supporters and the family members of Parvesh Verma, कितनी बड़ी जीत है आज परवेश साहिब से वर्मा की?
बहुत बड़ी जीत है हमारे लिए, हमारे पूरे परिवार के लिए, सबके लिए.
Giant killer. He's now being called a giant killer because he has defeated Arvind Kejriwal.
He deserves. Absolutely. It's a giant, the biggest giant. I think.
बहुत काम किया है उन्होंने, बहुत दिल्ली के लिए करेंगे और करा भी है, और आने वाले समय में वो दिखा देंगे कि दिल्ली ने सही चॉइस की है.
Many are also saying that he is now the Chief Minister's face for the Delhi.
ये तो
He really deserves it. He really deserves it.
He deserves it.
You heard from the family members clearly saying that he deserves this victory because he has worked so hard. Ma'am, what went behind this victory of Parvesh Verma?
It's his vision, his value for Delhi, his value for Delhiites, nothing else. It's his dream to make Delhi a world-class city and Delhiites happy people. And obviously the Delhi which had become the gutter for last 11 years is up to becoming the Sone ki Chidiya again with his victory. Absolutely.
How was the hard work behind this victory? Arvind Kejriwal was the one who was the entire face of the Aam Aadmi Party, defeating him. Do you think that this is the biggest victory and biggest takeaway?
Yes, it is the biggest victory to, Arvind Kejriwal. It was itself like a big victory. Like maybe he wins with whatever votes, but still it's like standing against Kejriwal itself was a victory.
It's a challenge that he took, and he has emerged as a winner because Delhiites have emerged as a winner, and we will see the change now.
And people
We'll see the change now is something that the family members clearly believes. So that's the success story behind Parvesh's support as well. The family members stood by him, the friends stood by him, and the workers now arriving over here. Of course, Parvesh now headed to Home Minister Amit Shah's residence. What would be that meeting all about? The next few days, strategic meetings will be taking place, certainly to choose the Chief Minister of Delhi.
Okay, thank you, Aishwarya. We'll keep coming back to you. Shazia Ilmi joins us. Shazia, this is an important day for you. You've been, in some ways, waiting for this day. Tell us what really went wrong with Arvind Kejriwal's brand of politics, and how do you see Aam Aadmi Party from here on?
Well, first of all, I'd like to say that, yeah, as you said, there was a lot at stake for me emotionally. And you all are anchors and you do a great job, both of you. But I was also one of you at one point of time, and we thought there was a new hope. There was something in the air where we talked about the whole Inqilabi Fizza, as we called it then. And that day and this day. So for me and people like us, and there are many like us, who actually sigh a breath of relief. And we realized that finally Arvind Kejriwal, and as to how we know him and for what he is, has finally been exposed. This is a big day, not just for BJP, but this is a big day for Delhi. Because for 10 years, what has gone on, 10 years and more, because even the first time around, he joined hands with Congress party. So this is huge, this is huge. The way they rose and the way they've fallen, it's a full circle. You know, life takes a full circle, and this is a full circle of Arvind Kejriwal's politics. And Arvind Kejriwal, Manish Sisodia, CM and Deputy CM, and their ministers, all of them losing the way they have. It just shows that Delhi has understood the true nature and character of AAP. It is not about freebies. You know, you can keep saying Pani Maaf and Pani Half, but what about Pani that is Saaf? So this is a vote on many, many factors. Civic amenities most importantly. And I think, I heard Anna Hazareji speak today, and I think all of us felt very, very emotional. I mean, some of us gave up a lot from our lives in terms of not just financial resources, but time and our careers. So it is really a big vindication of all that. And I'm just glad people know the charlatan for who he is. Because he has just lied. It has only been about confrontation and conflict and creating chaos and abusing others.
We understand your sentiments, Shazia.
He did not do.
We understand your sentiments, but very sharp words coming in from someone who's a former Aam Aadmi Party, part of the foundation team, founding members of Aam Aadmi Party to now. Amitabh Tiwari, the question now will be asked that if these numbers hold, it is 48, it could go up to 50 now, because it's only upward trend, that's how it looks like. It's a landslide victory, it's a two-third victory for the BJP. It's not really a neck-and-neck context.
It's not a neck-and-neck contest in terms of the seat share, of course, because what it shows is that even amongst the core constituency of Aam Aadmi Party, which is the poor and lower socio-economic voters, the BJP has been able to make a dent.
Yes.
What are the reasons? One is, of course, non-performance or non-delivery. Because a lot of people have moved from being a beneficiary of free bijli, now they are getting bills of electricity. That's happening, number one. Number two, the BJP said that they would match the cash doles or schemes of the Aam Aadmi Party. They would continue with the schemes. So these two factors, it seems that they have been able to make a dent in the poor and socio-economic vote base of the Aam Aadmi Party, as well as the civic issues. The MCD win has added a layer of anti-incumbents. So people are not very clear about, in Delhi, a lot of people, about the responsibility of central government, state government, and the MCD.
Right. Professor Shastri, I wanted to ask you this question. Delivery of schemes, you know, a BJP leader was explaining to me that information asymmetry is something that political parties often play on. If somebody sitting in Tughlakabad feels that somebody in Kalkaji is getting free electricity, so he keeps voting for the same party. But we've seen Jagan lose, we've seen KCR lose. How important is it for political parties who promise welfare to really be completely on that delivery model, ensuring that it is intact?
Keep on doing it.
Not only is it important that the delivery model works, I think it's also important that the other factors in play also are taken care of. You took Jagan's example. Now, there was that delivery model which seemed to be quite successful. But there were other factors of the administration which was not something which the people were positively responding to. So hoping that I win the election simply on one factor which you think you have implemented, I think does not go down with the voters very well. And in this particular case, I think you are clearly seeing the credibility quotient of the AAP after 10 years going down as a party, the credibility quotient of its leadership in terms of promise, in terms of delivery being impacted, and the expectation of the people that maybe if there is greater coordination between different levels of government, Delhi will be much more benefited. So I think if you add up all these factors, you see the basket which could have contributed to a voter deciding on this. And on final point, surveys are showing that nearly 1/3 of the voters said that we decided on who to vote for in the last few days. And the impact of budget, the impact of campaign, all seems to have also played a role in the verdict going the way it has gone.
Let's also get in the Congress spokesperson now, Charanjit Singh Sapra. Mr. Sapra, Maharashtra elections, I remember talking to you and there was, a lot of despair for your party. But today there's some reason to smile because you have gained a little bit of the vote share that the Congress party lost in the last 10 years. But clearly, what does this mean for the opposition to BJP?
See, I feel majorly the verdict of Delhi, which is coming out now, it is showing that the politics of deceit is being defeated. It looks like an angry election whereby we are now seeing that the big guns of Aam Aadmi Party like Arvind Kejriwal, Manish Sisodia both have lost. And the other big guns are also probably losing. It's a vote for a change. It's a vote against Kejriwal. But Congress definitely has to introspect in Delhi that what is going wrong. Though our vote share is increasing, but the seats should also come. I feel after the entire result is out, our teams will sit seat-wise and they will introspect what has gone wrong and what are the future measures we should take. But largely the water boundary of Kejriwal is defeated.
Arvind Kejriwal, Manish Sisodia have lost. Atishi, Saurabh Bhardwaj are trailing. So even if the Aam Aadmi Party gets the leader of opposition's chair, none of them can be in the house. So Aam Aadmi Party will have to look for a new face in the assembly is also becoming clear, which will also change the direction of the Aam Aadmi Party. Because for the party, it was Mr. Kejriwal's brand. The Delhi model of governance that he spoke about, that will no longer be there.
Yeah, of course, the brand Kejriwal is definitely dented and this will help Congress in other states also like Punjab or maybe Goa, Gujarat, Uttarakhand. And we have to make a new strategy now after these Delhi results.
I think it's the Congress building itself on the other opposition parties' reputation being at stake rather than challenging the BJP itself.
No, it's not that way. No, it's not that way. It's not that way. See, we are not doing what you are saying. What I'm saying, we have to strategize. After every election, the strategies needs to change. There was a different strategy in Maharashtra, different strategy in Haryana. A lot of questions are raised on the election commission.
But Mr. Sapra,
there was
does
no
this
level
mean
playing
end
field.
of Aam Aadmi Party, Congress, alliance anytime soon in the future? Gujarat elections are also coming up. Last time Aam Aadmi Party came second in almost 32 seats in Gujarat. Does this mean it's a policy decision to not really align with AAP any point in near future?
I feel the political scenario keeps changing. We have seen whereby the BJP and PDP have gone together in Jammu and Kashmir. We have also seen that there is a Mahavikas Aghadi in Maharashtra still, whereby nobody thought that Shiv Sena and Congress can come together. The scenario keeps changing. I'm not sure what will happen in future. We can't predict future today. So the issue is, let us wait, let us see, but we need to strategize in a different way for the further state elections.
Yes, thank you, Mr. Sapra. Mr. Tiwari, these two big faces, like Maria was also pointing out, these two big faces losing elections means it's in some ways the end of Aam Aadmi Party in popular imagination. Although we all believe as people who follow politics that there is nothing called end of a political party. Political parties often find ways to divide themselves. But this is clearly the biggest challenge that the party is facing.
Yeah, of course, it pushes the Aam Aadmi Party's, let's say, plans of expansion by clearly 5 years.
And do you see Bhagwant Mann flexing his muscles from here on?
Bhagwant Mann clearing his muscles, I'm not sure, but now Aam Aadmi Party will have a challenge at hand in the Punjab elections 2 years down the line, because see, Punjab, the government is still struggling to come back to terms with development and work there, because it's a tricky state. Aam Aadmi Party is the only state which has ruling a state with 44% of debt to GDP ratio in Punjab, highest, and the lowest with 3.7% debt to GDP in Delhi. See, what is likely to happen is that Maria was talking about the big names. I'm looking at the data. Gopal Rai is winning or leading by more than 20,000 votes. More than 20,000 votes.
Right.
Now, the Aam Aadmi Party will, of course, have to go back to the drawing board. This relationship between Congress and Aam Aadmi Party is fairly complicated. It's like a live-in. It's not a committed relationship, because even in Lok Sabha, they were allies in Delhi, but not in Punjab. But now, if you see the statements of the Congress spokespersons across channels, I think they something inside them is happy about this result.
Absolutely.
Correct. Now, Aam Aadmi Party will try to extract revenge. Now, Aam Aadmi Party will go after Congress. You mentioned Gujarat, Rajasthan, etc. There's going to be a fierce battle between AAP and Congress.
If I could add to what Amitabh ji is saying, whenever Congress faced a series of routes from Madhya Pradesh, Rajasthan, Chhattisgarh onwards, the other members of the India coalition used to hit out at the Congress and say, you are responsible. Now the reverse is happening.
Verma's daughter is speaking. Let's cut across to her.
और आप सबके समर्थन के लिए वापस धन्यवाद. थैंक यू.
जिस तरह से अकाउंट खुला था शुरुआत में, जब ट्रेंड की तरफ लगातार बढ़ रहे हैं, तो उस वक्त की स्थिति क्या थी?
सब बहुत टेंस थे, लेकिन जैसा हम तीनों ने 4 दिन पहले भी बोला था, बहुत क्लियर कट विक्ट्री आएगी. बस सही वक्त का इंतज़ार था. दिल्ली वाले समझ गए कौन उनका मजाक उड़ा रहा है, कौन उनकी भावनाओं के साथ खेल रहा है. इस बार दिल्ली ने झूठ को विक्ट्री नहीं दी.
लगातार हनुमान चालीसा चल रहा है घर में.
पापा बहुत बड़े भक्त हैं हनुमान जी के, और हनुमान जी का साथ है, इसलिए हमें ये विक्ट्री मिली है.
Tiwari now, BJP MP from Delhi and also former Delhi BJP chief. मनोज जी, बधाई हो आपको. इतनी बड़ी जीत भाजपा को मिल रही है, आप लोग सबका उसमें कंट्रीब्यूशन है.
नहीं, वास्तव में दिल्ली की जनता का बहुत बहुत आभार है. दिल्ली की जनता का बहुत बहुत धन्यवाद है. और ये जीत नरेंद्र मोदी जी के गारंटी की जीत है. मोदी जी ने ये सिद्ध कर दिया है कि अब मोदी जी के गारंटी पे देश के हर राज्य का विश्वास है. महाराष्ट्र में भी ऐसे हुआ, हमारे हरियाणा में भी ऐसे हुआ, और इसका कोई दो राय नहीं है अब कि नरेंद्र मोदी जी जब कुछ कह रहे हैं तो उसको एग्जीक्यूट भी कर रहे हैं. और उनके एग्जीक्यूशन पे, उनकी गारंटी पे प्रत्येक राज्य की जनता को विश्वास है. दिल्ली ने सिद्ध कर दिया.
जी, एक सवाल और अभी, क्योंकि अभी खबर आई है कि अरविंद केजरीवाल, मनीष सिसोदिया दोनों हार गए हैं, लेकिन गोपाल राय बहुत ही अच्छे मार्जिन से जीत रहे हैं. तो इसका क्या संकेत है? कैसे पढ़ रहे हैं आप इस डिफरेंस को?
देखिए, अरविंद केजरीवाल के हारने के बाद और कोई बात बची नहीं जाती है. अरविंद केजरीवाल तो ऐसा बोला करते थे, नरेंद्र मोदी जी को चैलेंज करते थे कि इस जन्म में आप नहीं हरा सकते हमें. अरे अरविंद केजरीवाल जी, आपको इसी जन्म में ऐसी हार मिलेगी, और न जाने आपके इसी जन्म में कितनी हार मिलेगी. आप लोगों के केवल ईवीएम से नहीं हार रहे हैं, केवल वोट से नहीं हार रहे हैं, लोगों के दिलों से हट गए. नफरत है आपके प्रति, ये मेरा मानना है. और इसके लिए मेरा पूरा विश्वास है कि अरविंद केजरीवाल जैसी सोच कोई भी नेता रखने के पहले 50 बार सोचेगा.
मनोज जी, 2013 में आप एक जायंट किलर की तरह उभरे थे शीला दीक्षित को हरा के. आज क्या आपको एक हिस्ट्री रिपीट इटसेल्फ वाला एक फीलिंग, आपको क्या वो वाली फीलिंग आ रही है?
हाँ, देखिए, कहते हैं ना कि सबके साथ समय के साथ उसके साथ न्याय होता है. और यही नई दिल्ली सीट है जहाँ से शीला दीक्षित को एक भ्रामक वादों के साथ अरविंद ने हराया था, आज प्रवेश ने उसी अरविंद केजरीवाल को उसी जगह से शिकस्त दे करके मैं नई दिल्ली की जनता की जो सोच समझ है उसको प्रणाम करता हूं। और पूरे दिल्ली ने जो एक निर्णय दिया है वो कमाल का, इसकी बहुत तरह से समीक्षा होनी चाहिए। इसलिए मैं समझता हूं कि अरविंद केजरीवाल न सिर्फ अकेले हारे हैं, उनके साथ के महत्वपूर्ण 3-4 नेता भी चुनाव हार गए हैं या कुछ लोग अभी हारने की घोषणा होने वाली है
जी।
इसलिए हमारा मानना है कि दिल्ली की जनता का नमन होना चाहिए और भारतीय जनता पार्टी के सभी कार्यकर्ताओं को धन्यवाद है। नरेंद्र मोदी जी के इस गारंटी के लिए मैं बार बार हृदय से धन्यवाद करता हूं, जिस पर दिल्ली ने विश्वास किया।
आप निर्मला सीतारमण को भी बधाई दे सकते हैं।
नरेंद्र मोदी जी की बधाई में सबको बधाई है। जो बजट भी जो आया उसने बहुत बड़ा रोल निभाया
जी।
और हम जहाँ जहाँ जा रहे थे, हम जब जंगपुरा घूम रहे थे, जब हम मटियाला घूम रहे थे, जब हम अपनी लोकसभा के करावल नगर और मुस्तफ़ाबाद घूम रहे थे, तो लोग कहते थे कि 12 लाख रुपया अब उस इनकम पे टैक्स नहीं लगेगा। तो मोदी जी को, निर्मला जी को इसके लिए बहुत बहुत धन्यवाद है। और यही विश्वास खड़ा करता है ना कि जब जब मौका मिल रहा है, जनता के लिए काम कर रही है भारतीय जनता पार्टी, एनडीए की सरकार, और वो नई दिल्ली में उसका
और आपसे बात करते करते एक अहम मीटिंग भी हो रही है दिल्ली में। परवेश वर्मा अभी गृह मंत्री अमित शाह जी के घर पर हैं और वहां पर मुलाकात कर रहे हैं। अमिताभ तिवारी का एक सवाल है आपके लिए।
मनोज जी नमस्कार, अमिताभ तिवारी बोल रहा हूँ, बहुत बहुत बधाई आपको। 2014-15 में हमने देखा और 2019-20 में भी, 2019-20 में भी कि भाजपा का एक सेक्शन ऑफ वोटर लोकसभा से आम आदमी पार्टी की तरफ शिफ्ट होता था विधानसभा में, और इसीलिए वो पार्टी जीत रही थी। तो ऐसा इस बार क्या हुआ कि आपने अपने वोट शेयर को, लोकसभा के वोट शेयर को ऑलमोस्ट होल्ड करके रखा और ये वोट शिफ्ट नहीं हुआ ज्यादा? तो क्या स्ट्रैटेजी बनाई आपने?
मोदी की गारंटी, वेलफेयर स्कीम, सब कुछ पहले था। अब तो 2020 में 8% का इजाफा हुआ था बिना किसी वेलफेयर स्कीम के बावजूद। तो मोदी की गारंटी जिसकी मैं बात अभी कर रहा था, वो बहुत बड़ा फैक्टर है अमिताभ जी, कि महिला समृद्धि सम्मान, गरीब महिला को 2500 रुपये महीने, गर्भवती माता को 21,000, गरीब को आयुष्मान योजना देंगे। और ये जो महिला समृद्धि सम्मान, ये बहुत बड़ी गारंटी है। इसका किसी राज्य में बहुत बड़ा फर्क हुआ है और यही मोदी जी के प्रति विश्वास था। बस लोग उनके मुंह से सुनना चाहते थे। और मोदी जी ने यह भी कह दिया था कि जो और कल्याणकारी योजना चल रही है वो जारी रहेगी। तो उसके बाद और कुछ नहीं चाहिए था अरविंद केजरीवाल की सरकार से लोगों को।
आज आप अपने अंदाज में इस विक्ट्री को बताइए, जरा कुछ सुनाइए हम लोगों के दर्शकों के लिए। ये बिग विक्ट्री बहुत ही खास है, बहुत बड़ी विक्ट्री।
देखिए, नहीं, ये बहुत बड़ी विक्ट्री है और इस बहुत बड़ी विक्ट्री के बाद हमारी जिम्मेदारी बहुत बड़ी है। भारतीय जनता पार्टी को अगले 5 साल में, मारिया जी, हमको पूरा दिल्ली को उसकी खुशियां देनी है। हमको इसी 5 साल के अंदर जमुना जी में डुबकी लगनी है और लगवानी है। हमने इसी 5 साल के अंदर लोगों को साफ पानी घर घर देना है।
अपने अंदाज में कुछ सुनाइए ना। आपने तो गाना भी लिखा था दिल्ली के लिए।
नहीं, समझा नहीं मैं
अपने अंदाज में सुनाइए ना।
अच्छा। हाँ, हमने लिखा था ना।
हाँ, सुनाइए ना।
दिल्ली दिल में
कि बहाने नहीं बदलाव चाहिए था और दिल्ली में भाजपा सरकार चाहिए था। झूठ बोलने वालों पे प्रहार चाहिए था। दिल्ली में भाजपा सरकार चाहिए था। दंगे के दाग अब नहीं, यमुना में झाग अब नहीं, पीने को पानी साफ चाहिए, कूड़े का पहाड़ अब नहीं। मोदी की गारंटी की दरकार चाहिए था। दिल्ली में भाजपा सरकार चाहिए। और जो भी मैंने कहा, जो भी शब्दों में गाया, वो सब कुछ दिल्ली की जनता ने साकार करके दे दिया।
All right, Manoj Tiwari, pleasure speaking to you. All of you will be heading to the BJP headquarters, and that's where the celebrations will happen. Prime Minister Modi will be arriving at 7:30 p.m. Our special broadcast continues. Lots of newsmakers lined up for you in the next few hours, so do stay with us. Vasudha will be continuing, and she'll be joined by Ankit in just a few moments.
मोबाइल फोन किसी भी ब्रांड का काम का तब होता है जब उसमें एनडीटीवी का ऐप हो।
जब अपना फोन किसी को दो तो एनडीटीवी ऐप के अलावा बाकी सब डिलीट कर देना।
नहीं तो क्या सियापा होता है, जानने के लिए देखिए हमारी स्वीट लव स्टोरी लव यापा, आपके नजदीकी सिनेमा घरों में।
तुम अपना फोन एक दिन के लिए बानी को दोगे और बानी तुम अपना फोन एक दिन के लिए गौरव को दोगे।
और न्यूज के लिए कीप वॉचिंग एनडीटीवी।
हर 2 साल में फोन बदले जाते हैं गुच्ची।
एनडीटीवी ऐप नहीं।
Big budget day. Big newsmakers on NDTV. Top ministers and opposition leaders.
ये by the people, of the people and for the people budget.
It is a fulfilling budget.
This is a development budget.
It's one of the finest budgets I've ever seen.
More than a bold move, it is a clever move.
NDTV, always the first choice of newsmaker. NDTV keeps you ahead.
This week on India Ascends.
Bangladesh scraps Bongo Bandhu Mujibur Rahman's legacy. What next for Yunus's Islamist agenda? State set for big Modi-Trump meeting. Does immigration hold key to the new US-India relationship? Will India lead the way for the world's AI transition? And how could China's growing presence in Panama spell trouble for America?
All this and more only on India Ascends with me, Gauri Dwivedi, at these timings on the NDTV network.
Kind attention, please.
The future of Delhi isn't decided in speeches. It is decided at the ballot box.
BJP putting all its might to dethrone Aam Aadmi Party-led government in
दिल्ली की जनता ने विकास का रास्ता चुना, माननीय प्रधानमंत्री के नेतृत्व को चुना।
Hello everybody, we are bringing you all updates on the election outcomes of New Delhi elections, and after 27 long years the BJP is all set to form the government, and it's been a huge setback for the Aam Aadmi Party that's been in power in Delhi since 2013. All its big faces, two of those big faces, Arvind Kejriwal, the party supremo, and Manish Sisodia, the former Deputy Chief Minister of Delhi, have lost, and this is going to have larger implications not just on the politics of Aam Aadmi Party but also national politics with BJP coming to power in Delhi.
Something that the BJP has not been able to do for last 27 years. Prime Minister Narendra Modi's record of winning, elections in Gujarat as the Chief Minister, then as the Prime Minister, twice under him, the BJP failed to win Delhi. Now they have defeated finally the Aam Aadmi Party, and that record has also been cleaned as far as BJP is concerned. One thing is clear, ladies and gentlemen, in Delhi, life has come full circle for Aam Aadmi Party and Arvind Kejriwal, who came on the scene of Delhi with a bang, defeating Sheila Dikshit. He was the giant killer. Today, the role of David and Goliath have switched completely, with Parvesh Verma defeating Arvind Kejriwal with more than 1,200 votes as far as the New Delhi constituency is concerned. And Aam Aadmi Party, for them, something that they are not used to. Since the time they have been in inception, they have been in power in Delhi. Now a new chapter begins for the Aam Aadmi Party, of the party in opposition. How do they hold on to that It will be very fascinating and interesting to see. We have our a full panel of guests. Those who are with us, Amitabh Tiwari continues to be with us, have been number crunching continuously through this election, said it is going to be an election of triple M, middle class, Mahila voter and minorities, and we'll have to wait and see how that in fact has happened. Nirja Chaudhary, senior journalist, political analyst, is also with us at this moment. Sujata Pandey, political analyst, is with us at this moment, and joining us, Vasudha, is Mr. Prakash Javadekar,
BJP leader and former minister. Thank you, Mr. Javadekar, for joining us on this broadcast on this special day. First of all, congratulations to you, sir. एक तो 1952 से जनसंघ जो है has always been quite powerful and entrenched in Delhi, but this is a big highlight coming back after 27 long years. What do you think worked for the BJP? What do you think did not work for Arvind Kejriwal?
I think the good governance of Modi, because people always preferred good governance and have believed in Modi's leadership, that he does good for the country. For him, nation welfare is the only agenda. And therefore, they vote for us in full swing in parliament election. Unfortunately, last two assembly elections, this falsehood prevailed in Delhi, because you have never seen the kind of politics done by any party what Aam Aadmi Party did. It betrayed their own guru Anna Hazare. It was tremendous arrogance, loot, and falsehood, politics of falsehood. And therefore, after all, falsehood cannot thrive for long. They will have to be defeated, so they are got defeated now. And this is very clear message for good governance. If any party wants to do good for the country, then only people will elect. And इसलिए we will say Modi है तो मुमकिन है.
But Javadekar Sahab, you were in charge of the national capital in 2020 Vidhan Sabha elections. What was different? What did BJP do differently that the results are completely, they've been turned around this time?
No, there were two differences. A, party became more active in 5 years after the lesson of 2020. And two, more importantly, the overall performance and the corruption charges reached out to people, and people believed, and people got the feeling that this is the worst party they have elected. So they realized the mistake, and they repeated the performance of parliament election. This is the difference.
Javadekar, for joining us. Let's also listen into what Parvesh Verma said. He's the giant killer this election season. He has defeated Arvind Kejriwal, the chief of Aam Aadmi Party. And of course, he's also one of the contenders for the Delhi CM once the BJP forms the government. Let's listen into that, to that quick bite that he gave to media persons.
ये प्रधानमंत्री मोदी जी की जीत है, दिल्ली वासियों की जीत है।
क्या अगले चीफ मिनिस्टर से हम बात कर रहे हैं?
मैं अभी आया हूँ, एक बार आपको फिर मैं बाद में बात करता हूँ।
अमित शाह जी से मिलने गए थे? थैंक यू।
है
Speaking to, that's Parvesh Verma, ladies and gentlemen. The giant killer defeated Arvind Kejriwal with 1,200 votes even before the polling started on 5th. Vasudha, you've been speaking to a lot of BJP leaders. Everybody was confident about one thing, whether they win or lose. Parvesh Verma is defeating Arvind Kejriwal is what people, Mr. Amit Shah also gave it in writing, isn't it, that he's losing the election?
In fact, two leaders that Amit Shah was very emphatic about was Parvesh Verma and of course Ramesh Viduri, and Ankit rightly so, because Parvesh Verma gave those right noises. In some ways, he uplifted the BJP campaign in ways that they also didn't expect. Neja ma'am, do you see this as a negative vote against Kejriwal? Because while the BJP, of course, has benefited from this time, they were very aggressive. But Kejriwal and Sisodia losing means that people were extremely angry with Aam Aadmi Party.
I would like to do a little more study on this because as one went around, one didn't see anger. one saw dissatisfaction, disaffection. You know, वही पुरानी बात कह रहे हैं. There was the response to him at his meetings, Kejriwal, used to be very subdued, even compared to the Lok Sabha elections. So it wasn't an anger that way. He's done something for us. Poorer people still swore by him. I think it was more a positive vote for the BJP, that the BJP in power in Delhi will be able to do more for us on governance issues, water, air. This is the sense I had. Of course.
But Neeraj, why, and our other panelists can also come in on this, but Neeraj, the fact remains, when your party loses, you lose your own seat. I mean, that is, Arvind Kejriwal made this election a referendum as soon as he came out of the prison. He said that I will only go back once you make me sit on that chief minister's chair. He made it about himself. He made it about Manish Sisodia. If he loses on that context, then it clearly is a vote against Arvind Kejriwal. Whatever you said, that it was vendetta, X, Y, Z, people have not bought it. If I have to say it bluntly, basically people are saying, if you were saying that you were sent in because of vendetta, well, we don't believe that Arvind Kejriwal has lost his seat. So has Manish Sisodia.
Absolutely, I agree with you that it is a very clear vote. But remember, with a party like the BJP, in specific seats, they would have gone all out. You see, the mood had changed. Ground level mood had changed in favor of the BJP. But what added in to that thrust was the BJP's absolute organizational heft, plus the RSS coming in big time, as they did in Haryana and Maharashtra. So there was all this backup. And they focused on certain seats. Sisodia's was a touch and go from the beginning.
Yeah.
But it's also a three-cornered fight with Firaq Suri and Tarvinder Singh Marwa. So that was
so that is very intelligent strategy.
Yeah.
कि इनके बड़े नेताओं को हराओ.
Is this somewhere also the revenge of the Congress party?
They're all smiling today. Armita was pointing.
Yes.
They're all smiling.
Arvind Kejriwal has lost by 1,200 votes. How many votes has Sandeep Dixit got? 4,200. But Manish Sisodia by 600 votes. Farhad Suri has got 6,000 plus votes.
But
7,000 votes.
Can I present a different argument to that? Last election in 2020, the Congress candidate who was a nobody got about 5,800 or 5,900 votes in New Delhi. Sandeep Dixit has got less vote than what the candidate got at that point of time. The only difference is that this time the BJP candidate is much more effective against Arvind Kejriwal, plus the 10 years of anti-incumbency.
Yes, so it's a double whammy. Aam Aadmi Party's support base has declined, and Congress is pinching away some of its support base. So it is helping BJP in a double way on these two seats, I am saying, because the margins were very thin. So see, the middle class vote of Aam Aadmi Party has sort of evaporated in this election. The only way, they were on back foot, we have discussed this earlier, that women vote overwhelmingly for Aam Aadmi Party, silently. That was the only option for them. But these results show that even women have not voted, and it is again what we've discussed earlier, the Mahila Samman Yojana, not a single installment has been transferred. That is one of the biggest strategic blunders of Aam Aadmi Party. Why have they not pushed it ahead despite clearing in the budget 2,000 crores last year?
They did a smarter thing by at least giving out those 3 installments and ensuring that women vote for them.
BJP did that in
Maharashtra, Jharkhand, Madhya Pradesh, everywhere.
So they had a chance, but they did not. They just chose to make promises. And when his credibility was at risk, it was dented. People did not know whether to trust him or not. And when PM comes into play, he says, 8 March को आपके यहाँ ये account में पैसे आ जाएंगे Women's Day.
I'm sorry, Parvesh Verma is speaking again. He could be the man. He is the man of the moment. He could be the next Chief Minister of Delhi. Let's listen in.
में यहाँ पर भारतीय जनता पार्टी की सरकार बनी है। सबसे खुशी की बात यह है कि जो दिल्ली में सरकार बनेगी वो प्रधानमंत्री जी के साथ में चलकर काम कर पाएगी। हमें उनका 10 साल से साथ नहीं मिल पा रहा था, दिल्ली में कोई काम नहीं हो पा रहा था, मगर ये जो सरकार बन रही है दिल्ली में, ये प्रधानमंत्री जी के विजन को दिल्ली में लेके आएगी। तो मैं प्रधानमंत्री जी का धन्यवाद करता हूँ कि उन्होंने अपना समय दिया, और मैं ये जीत का श्रेय प्रधानमंत्री नरेंद्र मोदी जी को देता हूँ।
कौन होगा अब मुख्यमंत्री?
आपको इस बात का भरोसा था? मैं दिल्ली की जनता का बहुत एक बार फिर से धन्यवाद करता हूँ, और ये जीत ये प्रधानमंत्री नरेंद्र मोदी जी की जीत है, ये सभी दिल्ली वासियों की जीत है।
मुख्यमंत्री का चेहरा कौन होगा?
Insights from the Congress party. Adil, you just heard Parvesh Verma, the BJP giant killer who has defeated Arvind Kejriwal, speak. What does this mean for the Congress party? Because in many seats, the Congress party seems to have done better. People might call you the vote cutter, but does this mean that this whole opposition dream of Aam Aadmi Party and Congress coming together in various elections, including Gujarat, is that dream for sure gone for now?
Well, Vasudha, firstly, every political party has the right to expand its footprint. Just as the Aam Aadmi Party sought to expand their footprint in Goa, in Gujarat and Haryana. So therefore, that logic must apply equally. What applies to the goose must also apply to the gander. So therefore, allegations or observations such as the Congress being the vote cutter, I think are incorrect. Point number one. Point number two, it appears from the result, of course, this requires greater scrutiny. It appears from the result that the people of Delhi are fed up with the politics of passing the buck. Mr. Kejriwal came with a story, came with a narrative when he returned to power in 2014. And it is evident to the voters that all what he does is that he continues to sell them dreams without delivering. Now, I can list down multiple parameters on which this AAP government has failed. But be that as it may, as far as the Congress party is concerned, our vote share has certainly increased. Of course, the results have been disappointing for us. But we are going to start, and we're going to start from a clean slate. We ran a spirited campaign. Of course, the battle was tough for us. On one side, you had the ruling incumbent, which is the Aam Aadmi Party. On the other side, you had the BJP with all their electoral machinery, with money, muscle power, and an unequal level playing field. Yes, it is going to be a beginning for us, and we sincerely hope and we will seek to persuade the voters of Delhi.
Adil, may I ask you a quick question? May I ask you a quick question about the repercussion of this? Because, post 2024 election, many would say that the turnaround of the Bharatiya Janata Party at the expense of the opposition, which had come unitedly for the 2024 Lok Sabha election, Congress lost Haryana, and you and your allies lost Maharashtra, Aam Aadmi Party has lost now Delhi. I mean, it's a turnaround of sorts that possibly needs to be studied, isn't it? It tells you something about the revival of or changing tactics of the BJP, while the opposition infighting or whatever you want to call it has cost them state after state, which many were expecting a cakewalk for the opposition.
Well, absolutely, Ankit, the opposition parties, and I can speak for the Congress party, of course, has to see how do we defeat the BJP juggernaut. And when I say the BJP juggernaut, the BJP uses all means possible and more often than not unfair means to either topple elected governments or to win elections. So this is certainly something for which we need to go back to the drawing board and assess. But be that as it may, when it comes to Delhi, I think the message is clear. People are fed up with Aam Aadmi Party's politics. Aam Aadmi Party's politics of levelling allegations. Let's not forget, it was Mr. Kejriwal and his India Against Corruption, which played a huge role in character assassinating the then Congress party government, which was doing a phenomenal job when it comes to development.
Right, thank you,
Mr. Kejriwal, along with the BJP, played a very, very critical role in unseating us based on false promises. So therefore, it is nemesis for him in that sense.
Stay on with us, Adil. Let me also get you visuals from Parvesh Singh Verma's residence. Now, this is a man to watch out for, Ankit. Clearly one of the top contenders to be the CM of Delhi. His father has also been, in fact, the second chief minister of BJP for New Delhi. Sahib Singh Verma there. My colleague Tanushka is right there. And let's go across to her for more details. Tanushka, tell us. Okay, the mood is all evident there. Tell us, what can we expect today and what is the sentiment there at Parvesh Singh Verma's house?
As you can clearly see around me, Vasudha, the atmosphere here is that of high spirits. Parvesh Singh Sahib Verma is at this moment, unfurling the BJP flag and is furling it around. There is a shower of flowers on around him. This is his moment. This is his victory moment. He has won from the New Delhi constituency seat, which is a very, top competition for him between former Chief Minister Arvind Kejriwal from the Aam Aadmi Party and the son of another former Chief Minister, Sandeep Dixit from the Congress. What we are seeing here of Parvesh Singh Sahib Verma arriving here at the Gold Market Counting Centre to collect his letter from the counting centre, and sort of, you know, what one could say is a victory rally that has already started by Parvesh Singh Sahib Verma. Around me there are bands as well, and there is at this point what we are also seeing is that lot of celebration here. Parvesh Singh Sahib Verma won from this seat a while back, and he's on his victory rally here at Gold Market.
Parvesh Verma there holding a placard of Prime Minister Narendra Modi, indicating that this victory, of course, is Prime Minister's charisma with the middle class that remains intact. But ladies and gentlemen, make no mistake, and Vasudha and we were just discussing, you are seeing a potential Chief Minister, though I would say these words with caution, because every time the media has bet somebody, as far as the BJP is concerned, that person has more chances of losing that job than gaining. But, you know, Vasudha, it will be difficult for the BJP to ignore Parvesh Verma. He's defeated Arvind Kejriwal, a Jat face, legacy, all those things come in favor of Parvesh Verma.
But also, Ankit, if you remember in 2017 or 2022, when Amit Shah wanted to reach out to the Jats, it was in his residence that he had a meeting of Jat Panchayat. And of course,
history has it, whoever wins the New Delhi seat becomes the CM, and that party comes the power. You know, so there's a lot of things.
Six times New Delhi seat has given
First
the
Sheila
Chief Minister.
Then
3 times Sheila Dikshit, 3 times Arvind Kejriwal. And
he has just met the Home Minister, so clearly there could be some signals that could have been given out to him. But let's just wait and watch out, because there are other candidates as well. Anmol Pawar joins us from the Aam Aadmi Party. Anmol, we've been talking to you and you've been rather confident about Aam Aadmi Party's chances. What really went wrong this time, especially with Arvind Kejriwal and Manish Sisodia themselves losing? Clearly this was a vote rejecting the Aam Aadmi Party.
Vasudha ji certainly will analyze that what's gone wrong, but we accept the people's mandate. Heartfelt thanks to the people of Delhi who voted for us, and even to those who didn't, we will still serve you and will work for the people of Delhi. This is not an end, it's a new beginning, because victories and they come and go, but we will not stop fighting for the right of people. We'll come back stronger.
Can I ask you one thing and be blunt about it? Just be honest about what has happened here. Your top leadership losing, you losing the state government in a state which give you massive mandates. I mean, mandates that Delhi had never seen before, 67 followed by a 62, and now you're relegated to 22. It's a sharpest decline possibly that most people would have thought, or it will be a study as far as the electoral politics is concerned. But let me understand this from you. Does the Aam Aadmi Party acknowledge that this is the biggest crisis that they are going to see? The leader who was your face has lost his own election. Manish Sisodia has lost his own election. You made this a referendum about Arvind Kejriwal. Is the Aam Aadmi Party at this moment facing a crisis? And I'm not just talking about the national capital. Overall, is the Aam Aadmi Party leadership facing a crisis of confidence?
Ankit ji, since last 10 years, we have seen that how efforts are being made by the Bharatiya Janata Party-led central government to crush the Aam Aadmi Party. But we never bow down to any agencies. They even misused all the investigative agencies. Conspiracies were hatched. But we fought with integrity. हम यहाँ पे सत्ता भोगने नहीं आए. We are not here for vote bank politics or for power. We are here to fight for the rights of people of this country. लोगों के लिए संघर्ष करने आए हैं और ये हमारा जीवन जो है वो लोगों के लिए समर्पित है.
Anmol, I think if this was the image that Arvind Kejriwal was still successful in carrying, we won't have seen the results that we have seen. Actually, this is the image that has been dented by all the allegations of Sheesh Mahal, of the corruption and so on and so forth. You said all these things in the campaign also. People have not bought it. So let's be very clear about it. The halo around Mr. Arvind Kejriwal of being an outsider, different, differentiator as far as politics is concerned. Possibly that has been taken off in this election. I'll come back to you, but let me also bring in RP Singh of the Bharatiya Janata Party, veteran leader of the Bharatiya Janata Party in the national capital. RP Singh Saab, when you were fighting elections, after elections, also winning a few elections, for many years, the dream of every BJP Karyakarta was to see the party back in power. 27 years it took, but it has finally happened.
And Mr. Singh, this time you should have fought elections, sir, because this clearly, this
Regret it, sir, not fighting the election. इस बार लड़ लेना चाहिए था.
नहीं, ये regret नहीं है, क्योंकि the generation should change. I contested election, I won and lost election both. And I've been in Delhi University from in 1982. I was the General Secretary of Delhi University Student Union. Since 77, I have started working as a polling station agent. It's 47 years journey. So trying to grow up and trying to get into some other fold of the party, some other work of the party. But coming to the issue, we have been speaking, Ankit, I have been telling again and again, it is election between the false freebie versus the anti-incumbency. And yes, is the strong anti-incumbency which Arvind Kejriwal has faced and the false promises which he has made. I mean, people could see through that, okay, promises are being made, not being fulfilled. I'll give you 2-3 very basic examples, which is very basic for any person to live in city. For example, you need good air. Promises were made, fingers were being pointed out toward Punjab, and then later on it was said that is a North India phenomena, is the India phenomena. And I remember one time they said it's Pakistan which is sending us the pollutants here. I mean, so people can see through this. You can't keep fooling people again and again. Second, water. I still give still a challenge for us also. That how do we manage that? We give good tap water, drinking potable tap water to each and every individual in the city. It's very challengeable work. So they failed miserably in that. Delhiite could never get potable drinking water through taps or through the other modes. Okay. They would only, give me a second. And third was health services. There's all a big balloon being created for that health services. That, probably health services are very good. Every day, even today, I got someone admitted in Gangaram, a person hailed from a poor background. I got a charity card made for him and got him admitted for some stone in the kidney operation. So this is the condition, because these 3 are the basic amenities which any individual need. And as promised, that we will continue with what they were delivering to people, and will add more to that.
Okay, Mr. Singh, that's going to be hugely challenging for you as well, right? Because you've also promised, more welfare, 2,500 for people, for women, and also for students. So clearly, how are you looking at sort of addressing those challenges, and also cleanup of Yamuna River, which also is quite ambitious?
8th March, the first installment will be there in the women's account. Today is 8th February. Month down the line, the cabinet sits and they will approve this, and the first installment of the 2,500 rupees will be in the bank account.
Okay.
So we know how to keep the promises, and unlike them where they promise something like 1,000 rupees in Punjab and it could never deliver, and people could see through that also.
Okay.
That promises were made in Punjab, and give me a second. A lot of people, a lot of Delhiites have a lot of friends and relatives in Punjab also.
Okay, so we'll discuss that a little later, because make no mistake, ladies and gentlemen, Arvind Kejriwal losing his seat and being defeated in Delhi is going to have a huge repercussion on their government in Punjab. It is not going to be easy. The next 2.5 years of Bhagwant Mann are not going to be easy, and not for the Aam Aadmi Party. It's not going to be a cakewalk from here on. But Adil, let me understand this from you. While the Aam Aadmi Party may have been defeated, but it's an opposition state once again lost to the Bharatiya Janata Party. Their footprint increases. Is the Congress rejoicing the demise of the Aam Aadmi Party in this election, or is the Congress worried about the increasing footprint of the Bharatiya Janata Party in yet another state?
Well, Ankit, just as a footnote, I think the happiest person today will be Bhagwant Singh Mann. And Mr. Kejriwal is ghost. Number one. Point number two, responding to your question, Aam Aadmi Party and the BJP are two sides of the same coin. Both feed off each other. both practice the same politics of false promises and short-on delivery. Now that the people of Delhi have returned the mandate for the BJP, we sincerely expect them to at least address two issues on a priority basis, because they are in power in Delhi, they're in power at the center, and they are in power in Haryana. Number one, the air quality. Number two, what are they intending to do about the landfills? So therefore, the Aam Aadmi Party came on a slew of promises saying that we will clean the Yamuna, we will do this, we will clean the air, etc., etc. Now is the time for the BJP to show their report card and to ensure that these problems are addressed.
Okay,
The
but
Congress
Neerja
Party...
ji, right. But Neerja ji, tell me one thing. Like I asked Adil also, this election, will it be too early to write the disintegration of the India alliance after this election? Because why I'm asking you that, all the major partners of the India alliance put their weight behind Arvind Kejriwal. Mamata Banerjee spoke in favor, Akhilesh Yadav spoke in favor, so did Tejasvi Yadav, so did Sharad Pawar, so did Shiv Sena. All of them put their weight behind Arvind Kejriwal, and he has lost that election.
Look, what is going to be the future of India Alliance?
I'm so sorry. There is a guest joining us at this moment.
Ravi Kishan, BJP MP from Gorakhpur joins us now. Ravi Kishan ji, thank you so much हमसे जुड़ने के लिए. First of all, आपने बहुत ज़्यादा कैंपेनिंग की है पूरे दिल्ली में. आप मुझे कह रहे थे कि 57 सीट्स में आपने कैंपेनिंग की और उसमें से you are saying that it's going to be a landslide victory, one-sided था. ये रिजल्ट को देखकर आपको क्या लगा कि आप सरप्राइज थे, क्या लगा आपको?
जी. This is Modi's magic, Modi guarantee that worked, and we, as a campaigner, as कार्यकर्ता, अब मैंने उसको जनता तक पहुंचाया, to my people, to Purvanchalis, to rest of the Delhi people, wherever I've been. मैंने कहा कि आप लोग क्या जिंदगी जी रहे थे, जिसको जिताते थे, और मोदी जी उत्तर प्रदेश टू रेस्ट ऑफ द कश्मीर देख लो, सारे राज्यों के बारे में जहाँ भाजपा की सरकार है वहाँ की तुलना करता था, और ये राजधानी है, ये नर्क है, ये दिस इज नॉट अ कैपिटल ऑफ इंडिया. एंड व्हाई यू गाइज आर लिविंग लाइफ लाइक एक जिंदगी, तुम लोग नासूर की तरह जिंदगी है, कीड़े मकोड़े की. कम आउट फ्रॉम दिस, हैव अ गुड ड्रिंक, गुड वाटर, गुड एयर, गुड लाइफ. यू नो, आप लोग सब जिताते तो हाँ भैया सही कहला. And the truth I've shown them कि मोदी जी हैं और ये फ्रॉड लोग हैं. ये मोदी जी ने ये किया और उनके पास ना शीश महल है, he's got nothing. एक निस्वार्थ संत हैं, and this all people they have शीश महल to rest, भ्रष्टाचार, lot of money they minted, whatever. These two things I kept, and I was traveling every day 200-300 किलोमीटर.
रवि भाई, क्योंकि पूर्वांचली वोटर बहुत हैं दिल्ली के अंदर पूर्वांचली वोटर बहुत हैं जिनका आप बता रहे हैं कि आपने इतना तगड़ा उनके साथ कैंपेन किया, तो उनके लिए एक बार पूछ लूं, क्या हाल बाज? 27 साल बाद सरकार आ रही है वापस.
का हाल बा? बहुत बढ़िया बा सब लोगन के, और आप वालगन की जिंदगी झंड बा. अब कौने बात का घमंड ना रही. द शीश महल इज शैटर्ड. उनकर शीश महल का कुल धज्जिया उड़ गई बाटे. और धन्यवाद बा हमारे समाज का, माई बहन, काका, बच्चा, युवा, खासकर ऑल द लेडीज. आई मस्ट थैंक देम कि मोदी जी का विश्वास, उनकी गारंटी की जीत हुई है. ये मोदी जी की जीत है. ये भाजपा के कार्यकर्ताओं ने मोदी जी की बातें, उनकी नीतियों को जमीन पर सही तरीके से अग्रेशन से पहुंचाया. और ये आक्रोश, एंगर जो था आपदा के लिए, दैट वर्कड फॉर अस, एंड थैंक गॉड.
इसका क्या असर पड़ेगा आपको लगता है? इसका कोई मैसेज उत्तर प्रदेश के लिए भी है? मिल्कीपुर भी भारतीय जनता पार्टी जीत रही है.
मिल्कीपुर ने इतिहास रचा है. सी, उनके अवधेश प्रसाद जी जो वहां के सांसद थे, उनको अवध प्रसाद जी जो उनको लेके ट्रॉफी बना के राहुल जी और अखिलेश यादव जी घूमते थे पार्लियामेंट में, वो मैसेज जनता को वहां बहुत गुस्सा था, बहुत था कि वहां योगी जी बढ़िया काम कर रहे हैं. मैं चूंकि गोरखपुर का सांसद हूं, अयोध्या 1.5 घंटे की दूरी पर है, एंड महाकुंभ का ये, फिर बजट, ये सारी चीजें का असर इतना था कि यहाँ मोदी योगी इतना बढ़िया काम कर रहे हैं और ये लोग मजाक बनाते हैं. अयोध्या को लेके जो मजाक बनाया गया, उनका नाम अयोध्या प्रसाद रख दिया गया था, अति कर दिए थे भाई. मतलब वो एक जीत, वो झूठ बोल के विधान लोकसभा जीत गए थे.
जुड़ने के लिए बहुत बहुत शुक्रिया. गोरखपुर जल्दी आएंगे और आपसे मुलाकात और भेंट करेंगे. प्रणाम. Let's go straight across to Jay Panda, Delhi BJP in charge, joining us. Mr. Panda, congratulations. You can say I told you so, Maria. You had spoken to me on the day of polling On the day polling, campaigning ended, and you had told me that you're forming the government, so it clearly looks like 47. Would you want that number to go up to 50 perhaps? Or if not 49, the 1993 number?
Look, the single biggest reason that we are creating history today and forming a BJP government after 27 years in Delhi is because the people of Delhi have immense faith in the Prime Minister Modi ji's guarantees that the BJP's promises in the Sankalp Patra manifesto will be implemented. And it wasn't only on election day that I told you, but for about 2 months I have been telling everybody that the feedback I have been getting from our Karyakartas, lakhs of our Karyakartas have been slogging day and night for months, is that from all sections of society, the feedback was very, very clear. They were sick and tired of the Abda, that the disaster that had enveloped Delhi for a dozen years. They were sick and tired of the corruption, of the daily drama and excuses and blame game. And they had faith in Modi ji's guarantee. They wanted a double engine government, and that's why I was very confident that we would comfortably form the government with a 2/3 majority.
Mr. Panda, what are the 3 factors, if I were to ask you, that worked for you?
Number 1 is Modi ji's guarantee. I have personally experienced it for several months going all over Delhi, and people had this great faith that they would escape this disaster in Delhi, and the alternative was the BJP's commitments and backed by Modi ji's guarantee. Number 2, the strategic roadmap designed by Amit Bhai Shah ji and our National President JP Nadda ji. And the third reason, the lakhs of Karyakartas who slogged for all these months, are the 3 big reasons. And of course, behind all this was this great anger that the people of Delhi had in all sections of society. People in slums were tired of the false promises of clean water and having to buy water from the tanker mafia. People in the middle classes were tired of the false promises with no development in public infrastructure, public transport. People everywhere were sick and tired of the fake promises to clean the Yamuna and so on and so forth.
How much role do you think the 1st of February budget had, and particularly the relief that the taxpayers got, and also the 8th Pay Commission? What role did these 2 announcements have on the results of today?
The budget, of course, enthused people in Delhi because a very large number of people fall into the middle class, whether it is the lower middle class or the entire number of people connected to the middle class in Delhi are approximately 1 crore of people. But it is something that enthused all of India as well. The budget has been hugely responded to by the people all over Bharat. And similarly, the 8th Pay Commission is something that, pay commissions happen at a scheduled time after a period of certain number of years. And all of these are indeed very motivational to the people of Delhi. But basically, they have faith in the BJP's guarantees, the BJP's promises, which are backed by Modi ji's guarantees, which we have said that the main promises will start getting implemented from the very first cabinet meeting itself. That's our track record. That's how we have done it in other states. And finally, India has been growing so rapidly under Prime Minister Modi's leadership, fastest growing economy for many years, 5th largest economy, headed to the 3rd largest economy. And Delhi deserves to be a capital representing such a nation. So Viksit Bharat, a developed India, is going to get Viksit Delhi, a developed Delhi.
Okay, but Mr. Panda, one may say that for 10 years also brand Narendra Modi was driving the national capital. How is this election different from the last 10 years? Let's not forget that, when it came to Lok Sabha polls, BJP did manage 7 on 7 because of Prime Minister Modi's own enduring image and the larger credibility that he enjoys.
Yes, you're right. We've been winning massively at the Lok Sabha level in Delhi for a decade. But even in the local elections, even in the assembly elections and in the Delhi Municipal Corporation elections, our vote share had been gradually rising. And during this time, this Apda which had come to life on the shoulders of Anna Hazare and by branding themselves falsely as Kattar Imandar, honest people with supposed to be a breath of fresh air, they had indeed fooled the people of Delhi with their fake promises. And it took a while, but the people of Delhi figured that out because, to hear the same false promises once, twice was maybe okay, 3 times was a bit too much, and they had made up their mind to change this after.
Okay, last couple of questions for you, Mr. Panda. I know you have the day has just begun and the celebrations will be beginning at the BJP headquarters. And since you were involved in the entire strategy, so you have a great role to play in this victory. But my question is that the last time around BJP formed the government was in 1993. At that time, you won 49 seats. This time, your vote share is really high, almost similar to your Lok Sabha numbers of 51%. I mean, it's hovering around 48, 49 at the moment. My question is that it appears that for Delhi voters, the split verdict that they were used to giving, they have no longer given. So what changed for the party? I mean, where do you think you started to get it right? At what was the inflection point?
Again, let me repeat, I'm a member of a team where the Prime Minister's promises, our senior leadership strategic input and the lakhs of Karyakartas have made all the difference. I'm very fortunate to have been involved in this particular campaign. Now, you're right, this is historic. It is life and Delhi's history has come full circle back to what it was almost 3 decades ago. The people have tried everybody else in the meantime. They've tried Congress for a long time. They've tried this Apda for a dozen years. The turning point was a combination of Modi ji's guarantees that we will implement these 250 odd promises that the BJP has included in the Sankalp Patra. Our track record is there. When we say we will clean the Yamuna, the track record is there in Sabarmati, where a world-class riverfront has been built when the Prime Minister was the Chief Minister there. Similarly, in other states, whatever we have committed, because it has Modi ji's guarantee, has been implemented. And this in combination with the anger that the people of Delhi had against this Apda's fake promises and corruption was what made the turning point this time.
Okay, so who will be the Chief Minister now?
So I have said this quite clearly when we discussed earlier. We are not only the world's largest political party today, but in history, ever in the history of humankind. And we are transparent and we are democratic. Anybody, any Karyakarta can rise to the top, as you have seen in the case of Modi ji himself, who came from humble origins and is today the world's most popular leader. The format we've been following, which has been successful all over the country, that at the national level, we have the world's most popular leader. At the state level, we have been contesting elections on a collective leadership basis. And after the elections, we have a process for choosing our leader in the assembly. It has input from stakeholders of the party and ultimately is decided, as you know, by our parliamentary board. So whoever comes out of this process to lead the BJP's government in Delhi will be a very good leader, will start implementing the double engine Sarkar initiative from the very first cabinet meeting. No drama, only development.
Okay, before I let you go, a word also on Arvind Kejriwal and Manish Sisodia's defeat while Atishi managing to win.
So, look, the people who had given these false promises, the people who had been involved in the scams, in the liquor scam, in the classroom scam, in the Mohalla clinic scam, in the false medicine scam where children have died, the CAG's report points out more than 2,000 crores worth of corruption. Obviously, they have to bear the fullest brunt of the people's reaction. And that's why the leadership has taken a very big hit. This was evident for even months ago when the leadership, the former Deputy Chief Minister, changed his seat because he was facing high anti-incumbency. So you can see that overall they've taken quite a beating, and it was only natural.
right, Mr. Jay Panda, congratulations to you. You are part of scripting history, so many congratulations, and thank you so much for speaking to NDTV.
Thank you. Thank you.
Right, so that was Jay Panda speaking to Maria, but he has been able to do what other state in charges of the Bharatiya Janata Party have not been able to in the national capital, playing an important role in BJP's historic victory. Let's go across to my colleague Aishwarya, who is at the residence of Parvesh Verma, the man of the moment, ladies and gentlemen. As I said, the situation has switched. David Goliath completely switched here, and Aishwarya, go ahead, Aishwarya, go ahead.
Well, Bharatiya Janata Party winning candidate Parvesh Verma is with me. Parvesh ji,
आपको स्टार कहें या सुपरस्टार कहें, इतनी बड़ी जीत को आप किस तरह देखते हैं? कंबाइंड फाइट कर रहे हैं।
परवेश जी 26 साल के बाद
देखो आप ऐसे करेंगे तो मैं भी नहीं करता।
जी बिल्कुल। Well,
all right. So Parvesh Verma trying to organize an enthusiastic media contingent there. Everybody wants, it always happens, everybody wants a share of the winner, and so does the media. All those mics are trying to get a reaction of Parvesh Verma on their mic itself, and we just go across to him as soon as he starts speaking. But Amitabh Tiwari, just put this in context, like I was asking Neerja ji as well. Okay, all right, Neerja ji was speaking at that point. Neerja ji, please complete your point. We were speaking about the repercussions as far as the India alliance is concerned, and how do you see this now playing out?
Look, it's very striking that the Congress spokesperson, who got no seat and probably an increase of only a couple of percentage points, are so happy that Kejriwal, are rejoicing that Kejriwal has been defeated. Whereas Kejriwal's defeat is going to adversely affect the India alliance. It's going to adversely affect even the Congress party. Now, if the Congress had won 5 seats, 6 seats, and its vote share had gone up to 15%, I would have understood that kind of a logic. India alliance now, you're right that all the regional parties backed Aam Aadmi Party and not the Congress candidate. And what is going to be happening now, of course, they may feel that Mamata Banerjee had made a claim for the leadership of India bloc. Had Kejriwal won, that claim would have been reinforced and strengthened. Today, it's much more likely to be leadership going to the Congress party. But neither has the Congress gained, nor has the Aam Aadmi Party gained, nor have the regional parties gained. If you look at the sum total, it's the BJP that's gained. I'm reminded of, I must tell you this, something that I quote in my book also. Vishwanath Pratap Singh, before he became Prime Minister, in the run-up to that, he had talked to Govindacharya, the BJP leader. And they were strategizing on how to defeat Rajiv Gandhi's government. VP Singh ने कहा उनको कि हम पहले राजीव गांधी से निपट लें, फिर एक दूसरे से निपटेंगे.
Who defeated Arvind Kejriwal is joining us. Thank you so much for speaking to us. कितनी बड़ी जीत, किस तरीके से पूरे कैंपेन को याद करते हैं, और अब दिल्ली में 27 साल के बाद भारतीय जनता पार्टी आ चुकी है. क्या कुछ कहेंगे, क्या संदेश है, पूरे चुनाव को किस तरीके से याद करते हैं?
मैं सबसे पहले तो दिल्ली वासियों को इस बात के लिए बधाई देता हूं कि एक उन्होंने अच्छा फैसला किया है. ये जीत का श्रेय मैं हमारे प्रधानमंत्री जी आदरणीय नरेंद्र मोदी जी को, हमारे राष्ट्रीय अध्यक्ष आदरणीय जेपी नड्डा जी को, हमारे गृह मंत्री जी आदरणीय अमित शाह जी को. ये सब वो चेहरे हैं जिन्होंने दिल्ली में असली जीत को हासिल किया है, और इनके ऊपर में विश्वास करके दिल्ली की जनता ने हमें ये मैंडेट दिया है. दिल्ली में एक अच्छी सरकार बनी है, एक ऐसी सरकार बनी है जो नरेंद्र मोदी जी के साथ में, भारत सरकार के साथ में मिलकर एक अच्छा काम करेगी. ये मैं दिल्ली की जनता को विश्वास दिलाता हूँ.
बहुत लोग चाह रहे हैं कि आप मुख्यमंत्री बने, चेहरा बने मुख्यमंत्री का.
देखिए, हमारी पार्टी में ये कौन बनेगा मुख्यमंत्री, इसका फैसला विधायक दल करता है और हमारी पार्टी की लीडरशिप तय करती है. तो आने वाले समय में आपको पता लग जाएगा.
Joining me now, that was BJP candidate from New Delhi who defeated Arvind Kejriwal, speaking exclusively first to NDTV and clearly thanking the top leadership of the Bharatiya Janata Party, thanking his cadres, thanking his family, supporters, and a long-drawn campaign that Parvesh Verma fought for he clearly believes that the Bharatiya Janata Party, who will be forming the government, who has got a huge mandate this time, will prove and will fulfill all the promises done by the Bharatiya Janata Party, and the Modi guarantees will be fulfilled. And certainly it was Parvesh Verma speaking first and exclusively to NDTV, narrating his style, and also clearly speaking on whether he would be the chief minister of Delhi, and he clearly stated that that's the decision that the top leadership will be taking. BJP legislative meeting will be taking place soon, and then it will be decided. Back to you.
Okay, so that was Aishwarya, my colleague, in an exclusive chat with Parvesh Verma, the man to watch out for today. Also, the top contender for the CM face in New Delhi is also defeated Arvind Kejriwal, the Aam Aadmi Party supremo, pointing out to several implications for the Aam Aadmi Party and also for Delhi politics. It's time for a short break. We'll be back in a bit.
मोबाइल फोन किसी भी ब्रांड का काम का तब होता है जब उसमें एनडीटीवी का ऐप हो।
जब अपना फोन किसी को दो तो एनडीटीवी ऐप के अलावा बाकी सब डिलीट कर देना।
नहीं तो क्या सियापा होता है, जानने के लिए देखिए हमारी स्वीट लव स्टोरी लव यापा, आपके नजदीकी सिनेमा घरों में।
तुम अपना फोन एक दिन के लिए बानी को दोगे और बानी तुम अपना फोन एक दिन के लिए गौरव को दोगे।
और न्यूज के लिए कीप वॉचिंग एनडीटीवी।
हर 2 साल में फोन बदले जाते हैं गुच्ची।
एनडीटीवी ऐप नहीं।
I've been reporting on all issues, big and small, from Andhra Pradesh, Telangana, rest of South India, bringing you all the action, all that you need to know, all that you want to know.
The energy of Maximum City is infectious. I bring in that energy in our news coverage from financial capital Mumbai.
Covering from the southernmost part of India over the last 23 years, I bring in-depth and 360-degree coverage from the Dravidian heartland.
The land of Mishti is also known for its bitter politics. I have seen much water flow under the Howrah Bridge, covering Bengal in all its vivid colors.
Mahakumbh, the festival of faith. The world's biggest spiritual festival. The divine dip at the spiritual Sangam. A sacred confluence of faith, culture and heritage. NDTV's mega coverage of the Mega Fest. NDTV at Mahakumbh 2025. Big budget day. Big newsmakers on NDTV. Top ministers and opposition leaders.
ये by the people, of the people and for the people budget.
It is a fulfilling budget.
This is a development budget.
It's one of the finest budgets I've ever seen.
More than a bold move, it is a clever move.
NDTV, always the first choice of newsmaker. NDTV keeps you ahead.
This week on India Ascends.
Bangladesh scraps Bongo Bandhu Mujibur Rahman's legacy. What next for Yunus's Islamist agenda? Stage set for big Modi-Trump meeting. Does immigration hold key to the new US-India relationship? Will India lead the way for the world's AI transition? And how could China's growing presence in Panama spell trouble for America?
All this and more only on India Ascends with me, Gauri Dwivedi, at these timings on the NDTV network.
मोबाइल फोन किसी भी ब्रांड का काम का तब होता है जब उसमें एनडीटीवी का ऐप हो।
जब अपना फोन किसी को दो तो एनडीटीवी ऐप के अलावा बाकी सब डिलीट कर देना।
नहीं तो क्या सियापा होता है, जानने के लिए देखिए।
It's a big day for Delhi. The election outcomes are coming out. In fact, BJP is all set to form the government in Delhi after 27 long years. It's a big day for the BJP. Also, a day of setbacks for the Aam Aadmi Party, with the top guns of the Aam Aadmi Party, including Arvind Kejriwal and Manish Sisodia, losing their seats. We are joined by, of course, my colleague Ankit and Amitabh Tiwari, political analyst. We have Rija Chaudhary, who's a senior journalist and author, and we also have Sujata Pandey, who's a political analyst. Sujata, to you first. I feel that the Delhi voter has also decided that this time she will vote for the person who does work and also provides welfare. So is this also a decisive vote by the Delhi voter to say that we are not going to be part of the politics that's playing out between the centre and the state, and we want work to be done in terms of cleanliness, in terms of infrastructure, also in terms of governance?
Yes, because I think this was a referendum on the Arvind Kejriwal and his model of governance. So if after this loss, I think he will find it very difficult to replicate and make a reference of this Delhi model in other state if he wants to expand. So that will be first thing. Secondly, I think the MCD comes here, you know, like whether it's middle class or the JJ or the higher class, everybody faces that trouble. The Tuta Sadak, the Sivar, the Pahad of, you know, the Kude ka Pahad, everything. So I think that added to the because they could not shift the blame to BJP ki mujhe kaam nahi karne diya because they have won the MCD last year. So you cannot, so that had added as a double whammy. And also you see it's just not these two things, but also BJP has made additional inroads into the core voters of Aam Aadmi Party. I will give you some data. Out of the 4 constituency over the 10% Sikh voter, BJP is going to win in 3. BJP is now ahead in 19 out of 28 constituencies, more than 10% Punjabi voter, a core voter of Aam Aadmi Party in the assembly election. BJP is leading and is sure shot to win in all the 5 constituency with over 7.5 Valmiki voters. You know, that also used to be Arvind Kejriwal's voter, Juggi Jhopdi, Freebie, all of that, and also his New Delhi constituency is lost anyway. And BJP is also ahead in all the 4 constituency where Jata voter make up more than 10%. So what did it say? It just doesn't say that, okay, you know, Arvind Kejriwal has lost. He's also lost on all the borrowed vote bank that he's got from the from the Congress and the BJP in the assembly election. The 30% swing, which used to happen from the Lok Sabha to the assembly election, I think BJP and plus RSS. Please do not forget that RSS strength, 50,000, you know, the drawing room meetings, 726, you know.
But, you know, that's also telling, Neerja, of the fact that Bharatiya Janata Party has gone to uncharted territory as far as Delhi is concerned. They never, people used to say BJP starts at 50 seats. They fight election on 50 seats. 20 seats, they have no presence. This time with the Dalit seats also coming in play, the majority, because look at Mustafabad, massive division among the minority voter between the Aam Aadmi Party, the AIMIM, and the winner is, in fact, Mohan Singh Bisht, who has been from Karawar Nagar, has been sent to Mustafabad.
So is there a disenchanted Muslim voter as well, because he feels that after the riots there hasn't been anything special that the Aam Aadmi Party has done?
That is something one will have to look at. That's a very interesting development happening. But certainly the Dalit voter, which has started to look at the Congress in a new way in the recent times, as a section of it is obviously going to the BJP also. But you know, if you look and you watch these scenes, you just wonder about the marvel of our incredible democracy. For all its fault lines, it will bring down the powerful, it will elevate those who are weak, you know. So, so also happening in Delhi today.
Amitabh, you know, when the leader himself loses an election, like, you know, we saw Mamata Banerjee lose an election from Nandigram, but of course the party did not lose well and she has bounced back. When the leader himself loses his or her seat, what does it mean for the party?
It means that it's a big setback for the Aam Aadmi Party, and it pushes their plans. Whatever their plans were, national expansion, consolidating in Delhi, winning Punjab next perhaps in the next 2 years, that becomes very, very challenging for the party. They will have to go back to the drawing board and see what has gone wrong. See, the credibility crisis is not only related to corruption or the Kattar Imandar image. The credibility crisis is also related to the non-delivery or non-performance. The party came with very fresh and innovative ideas. Will clean Delhi of air pollution, Yamuna cleansing, etc. But our middle class has realized that beyond the freebie model, there is no Delhi model of governance.
I think in the end, and we have to take a very quick break, in the end what Arvind Kejriwal said, agar Yamuna 5 saal mein saaf nahi kari, don't vote for me, people have taken his word very, very seriously and they have not voted for him because it's also a factor, ladies and gentlemen. One interesting thing before we take that break, where Parvesh Sharma is standing and celebrating today, his house, Arvind Kejriwal and Parvesh Sharma are neighbors. There are just 3 houses down is Arvind Kejriwal. That's what Delhi and democracy has done today. Celebration just 3 houses down, where there will be absolute silence at 1.
And those visuals there of Parvesh Singh Verma celebrating, he's a man to watch out for, the giant killer today, and of course history has repeated itself. We saw similar celebrations in 2013, but of course it's time for a short break. We'll be back with more voices and visuals on the other side of this break.
Up in been reporting on all issues big and small from Andhra Pradesh, Telangana, rest of South India, bringing you all the action, all that you need to know, all that you want to know.
The energy of Maximum City is infectious. I bring in that energy in our news coverage from financial capital Mumbai.
Covering from the southernmost part of India over the last 23 years, I bring in-depth and 360-degree coverage from the Dravidian heartland.
The land of Mishti is also known for its bitter politics. I have seen much water flow under the Howrah Bridge, covering Bengal in all its vivid colors.
I've been reporting on all issues big and small from Andhra Pradesh, Telangana, rest of South India, bringing you all the action, all that you need to know, all that you want to know.
The energy of Maximum City is infectious. I bring in that energy in our news coverage from financial capital Mumbai.
Covering from the southernmost part of India over the last 23 years, I bring in-depth and 360-degree coverage from the Dravidian heartland.
The land of Mishti is also known for its bitter politics. I have seen much water flow under the Howrah Bridge, covering Bengal in all its vivid colors.
I've been reporting on all issues big and small from Andhra Pradesh, Telangana, rest of South India, bringing you all the action, all that you need to know, all that you want to know.
The energy of Maximum City is infectious. I bring in that energy in our news coverage from financial capital Mumbai.
Covering from the southernmost part of India over the last 23 years, I bring in-depth and 360-degree coverage from the Dravidian heartland.
The land of Mishti is also known for its bitter politics. I have seen much water flow under the Howrah Bridge, covering Bengal in all its vivid colors.
Mahakumbh, the festival of faith, the world's biggest spiritual festival, the divine dip and the spiritual sangam, a sacred confluence of faith, culture and heritage. NDTV's mega coverage of the Mega Fest. NDTV at Mahakumbh 2025. Big budget day. Big newsmakers on NDTV. Top ministers and opposition leaders.
ये by the people, of the people and for the people budget.
It is a fulfilling budget.
This is a development budget.
It's one of the finest budgets I've ever seen.
More than a bold move, it is a clever move.
NDTV, always the first choice of newsmakers. NDTV keeps you ahead.
This week on India Ascends.
Bangladesh scraps Bongo Bandhu Mujibur Rahman's legacy. What next for Yunus's Islamist agenda? State set for big Modi-Trump meeting. Does immigration hold key to the new US-India relationship? Will India lead the way for the world's AI transition? And how could China's growing presence in Panama spell trouble for America?
All this and more only on India Ascends with me, Gauri Dwivedi, at these timings on the NDTV network.
I've been reporting on all issues big and small from Andhra Pradesh, Telangana, rest of South India, bringing you all the action, all that you need to know, all that you want to know.
The energy of Maximum City is infectious. I bring in that energy in our news coverage from financial capital Mumbai.
Covering from the southernmost part of India over the last 23 years.
दिल्ली की जनता ने विकास का रास्ता चुना, माननीय प्रधानमंत्री के नेतृत्व को चुना।
Hello everybody, you're watching NDTV. The BJP has stormed back to power in New Delhi after 27 long years. It's a day of celebration for the BJP. Prime Minister Narendra Modi will be in the BJP headquarters at 7:30 p.m. today. But it's a day of setbacks for the Aam Aadmi Party that has seen its top leaders, including Arvind Kejriwal and Manish Sisodia, lose today to Parvesh Singh Verma and of course to Tarvinder Singh Marwa. So this is a day of setbacks for the Aam Aadmi Party. What does this mean for Aam Aadmi Party? But today is a day of celebrations for the BJP. There you see the visuals of outside Parvesh Singh Verma's residence. He's the giant killer today, the man to watch out for, also one of the top contenders for the CM phase in Delhi. He is somebody who contested against Arvind Kejriwal, has defeated him, and also top guns of the Aam Aadmi Party are trailing now. We understand that except Kalka ji candidate Atishi, the Chief Minister of Delhi, a lot of Aam Aadmi Party candidates have lost. BJP is leading with a comfortable margin in 48 seats, and Aam Aadmi Party is on 21 is what we understand. Let me go across to my colleague Tanushka, who joins us from outside Arvind Kejriwal's residence. Tanushka, it's a day of setbacks for the Aam Aadmi Party. This is a challenging time for the party, but remember, it has also faced a lot of turbulent times in the last few years with Arvind Kejriwal's arrest and also subsequent failures in several parts of the country. But today is going to be all the more saddening for Aam Aadmi Party. It puts a question mark on the kind of politics it practiced. What really went wrong? What are the people saying? And what is it like outside Arvind Kejriwal's residence?
Well, you know, it's very contrasting. I was at Gold Market area at the counting center wherein Parvesh Singh Sahib Verma came in and the spirits were high there. And as you can clearly see here at Arvind Kejriwal's residence, it is a solitary enclave here today. Arvind Kejriwal has lost from his New Delhi Constituency Assembly seat to BJP's Parvesh Verma. Of course, this is a huge loss for the Aam Aadmi Party national convener. This is, of course, you know, these were the big guns in the fray on the New Delhi constituency seat. It was a very tough competition between Arvind Kejriwal, Parvesh Verma and Sandeep Dixit of the Congress, and Parvesh Verma has won clearly. Inside Arvind Kejriwal's residence, Punjab Chief Minister Bhagwant Mann is currently inside. Raghav Chadha, member of Rajya Sabha, is also inside. Delhi Chief Minister Atishi is also inside. So they, you know, having sort of a meeting at this moment, and it is definitely a sad day for the Aam Aadmi Party with a lot of losses. Big faces like Manish Sisodia has also lost from his seat of Jangpura. Remember, he used to fight from Patparganj seats, but that got changed this time and he's lost from Jangpura. So day of losses for the Aam Aadmi Party here. And what we also, as you also said, that you know what went wrong for the Aam Aadmi Party. The people on ground this time raised questions about corruption. As you also mentioned, Vasudha, there are 15 cases against the Aam Aadmi Party national convener Arvind Kejriwal, and even yesterday with the entire fiasco with the Anti-Corruption Bureau as well. So this has been going down. This has, of course, hit the image of the Aam Aadmi Party as well with the liquor scam. Also, Delhi Chief Minister Atishi herself is on bail in a defamation case at the moment. So a lot of setbacks for the Aam Aadmi Party has happened in the past year as well. Even though Arvind Kejriwal did come out on interim bail by the Supreme Court, but fact remains right now that he has lost from his seat.
Okay. Tanushka, will keep coming back to you for more details on this. Hitesh Jain joins us. He's a lawyer also, who's somebody who follows politics very closely, member of the BJP. We have Zafar Islam, spokesperson of the BJP. We have Sumitra Goenka, political analyst. We have Sujata Pandey in the studio with us. We have Anshul Avijit, spokesperson of the Congress Party. And we have also Madan Mohan with us, who's a political analyst. To you, Mr. Jain, first of all, thank you all of you for joining us on this day. Hitesh ji, just a few months ago, we were discussing the Mumbai voter and what he wants. And today, clearly, the Delhi voter has spoken out. And while the class divide seems to have really, gone for a toss, things that we talk about with regard to Delhi, today's Delhi voter seems to be shouting out very clearly that he wants work to be done in the capital of the country, and he wants the capital to look like the capital of the country when it comes to aspirations, opportunities, infrastructure. What is the larger message that the Delhi voter has given out today?
I think the larger message the Delhi voter has given is that they don't believe in the theatrics of Aam Aadmi Party. Second, Arvind Kejriwal has lost his credibility. Delhi voters are tired of the excuses and the blame game that was happening in the last 10 years. Delhi voters are also tired of the corruption and the level at which people saw. What Delhi was getting was only hypocrisy, confusion, and corruption. So I think the Delhi voters have decided that enough is enough, and let's put the theatrics to the end. And at the end of the day, Delhi wants a credible leadership. And that's where they see the credibility when they say Prime Minister Modi ji or the leadership of the Bharatiya Janata Party, in which they have restored their faith again. Delhi ke dil mein Modi hai. I think that's the message of the mandate today.
Right. Thank you, Hiteshi. Also, Zafar Islam, sir, today is a day of celebrations for you. I can see you smiling. Tell us, what really worked for the party? What did you get right this time after 27 long years?
See, there are two things which is very important. One, that people of Delhi were very fed up with Kejriwal and Abda party. All the false promises, they never fulfilled those promises. Also, Kejriwal, they always preferred to lie and mislead the people of Delhi, something which didn't work for them. We stuck to the truth. We always tried to expose to them. We always told the people of Delhi that there is the Honorable Prime Minister and Bharatiya Janata Party and its leadership, and particularly the Prime Minister himself is giving assurances to the people of Delhi that he will monitor the developmental program of Delhi, and he will ensure that whatever the promises have been made, even by Abda Party, that also will be fulfilled, and also what promises have been made by the Bharatiya Janata Party in manifesto, that also will be delivered to them. So people repose confidence in the Honorable Prime Minister and the Bharatiya Janata Party and its leadership, but discarded completely AAP and Abda Party, and I'm sure that this will be an end of story for Abda Party and Kejriwal and company, because they were completely routed, and also they used to draw confidence and comfort from Kejriwal. Kejriwal himself has lost the election, and even Deputy Chief Minister has lost the election. That suggests that the confidence and the people they were able to, he was able to put together everyone together, that no longer he will be able to do it. And eventually the party will collapse, and the people, all the Karyakarta of AAP will discard them completely, because they also realize that he was always telling lies and something which has been completely rejected by the people of Delhi.
Thank you, Zafar Islam. Also, let's go across to my colleague Aishwarya now. He has a special guest with him.
Well, today they are emotional supporters of Parvesh Verma, friends of Parvesh Verma, who are very emotional, and Tejinder Pal Singh Bagga is with me. Sir, thank you so much for speaking to us. कितना इमोशनल आप फील कर रहे हैं आज यहाँ पर परवेश वर्मा जी ने एक बहुत प्रचंड बहुमत के साथ भारतीय जनता पार्टी को जीत दिलाई है?
देखिए, निश्चित रूप से 27 साल के बाद भारतीय जनता पार्टी की दिल्ली के अंदर सरकार बनी है, और भारतीय जनता पार्टी लोग चाहते थे सत्ता में लाना। पिछले 10 साल के अंदर जो भ्रष्टाचार देखा है, पिछले 10 साल के अंदर दिल्ली के अंदर जिस तरीके से दिल्ली को सबसे प्रदूषित शहर दुनिया के अंदर बना दिया गया, यमुना को सबसे दूषित नदी बना दिया गया, और जब कोविड के अंदर आपको ध्यान होगा कि लोग ऑक्सीजन की कमी के कारण मर रहे थे, उस समय अरविंद केजरीवाल अपना शीश महल और शराब की नीति बना रहे थे। आज अरविंद केजरीवाल की नीतियों की हार हुई है।
चाहते हैं परवेश सिंह वर्मा अगले मुख्यमंत्री बने दिल्ली के?
देखिए, ये जो विधायक है जिनको दिल्ली की जनता ने चुना है, वो तय करेंगे, और मैं इतना कहना चाहता हूँ कि दिल्ली की जीत हमारी है, पंजाब की बारी है।
पंजाब की बारी है। So that was Tejinder Pal Singh Bagga, who started his own podcast as well. Sir, congratulations for that.
Thank you so much.
We see
Bagga Nada.
So, there are happy movements over here, what we are witnessing. Family, friends, all are very happy. These sweets are being distributed at Parvesh Singh Verma's residence. Ma'am, कितना बड़ा?
बहुत बड़ा दिन है, बहुत ही ऐतिहासिक दिन है मेरे भाई के लिए, और हमने केजरीवाल को उसकी जगह पे बिठा दिया है, और अब नहीं आने देंगे उसको, और अब कभी आ भी नहीं पाएगा।
Do you think that these are the most difficult elections ever fought by Parvesh?
Well, he's a seasoned politician, and this is definitely an enormous victory for BJP and for New Delhi seat per se. Because Arvind Kejriwal, whatever the nuisance he has been created for almost good 12 years. The decision what public has taken in the favor of Bharatiya Janata Party and along with Pravesh ji. So it states that it's a thumping victory, and definitely every election, come what may, it is a challenging election. But yes, coming back into the power after 27 years, it is a it is a celebrating, it is a victory to be celebrated, and of course it was a difficulty. This was a difficult election for sure, as all the elections are difficult, but yes, after 27.
So there you heard from the family members of Parvez Sahib Singh Verma, the emotional ones of course, but it's a thumping victory that Mr. Verma has received, and they personally think that because he defeated Arvind Kejriwal, he should be named as a CM candidate. But of course, top leadership from the Bharatiya Janata Party will be deciding it very soon.
Right. Thank you, Aishwarya. The BJP has a specific way of working, but of course, he is the man to watch out for. Both Hitesh and Zafar Islam would agree that the BJP would take a specific call on this after the leaders talk about this. But of course, the call would have definitely been made. There are top contenders, but this man, of course, is one of the ones who played a pivotal role in ensuring that Arvind Kejriwal himself lost his seat. To you, Anshul, Avijit, first, tell us honestly, what does the Congress party feel about today's outcome? Is there a sign of hope that the Congress party is getting strengthened once again in Delhi, even if there are these small little green shoots today with you increasing your vote share or at least trying to get back some of it? Or do you think that there is going to be reduced opposition to the BJP, so that really makes you sad? What is it that you're feeling today?
No, well, I can't really hide my disappointment. Yes, there is, the positive is that there has been an increase in the vote share, but I hope that we would open our count at least and grab a few seats. But look at the positives, and let's put this in perspective. You know, elections, particularly assembly elections, have a fast turnaround rate. I mean, look at Telangana, where, a year back, before the assembly elections, nobody gave Congress a chance, but it came back. The same thing didn't quite happen in Delhi, but the entire Congress leadership of Delhi fought the elections. They fought it very aggressively. They fought it in a very spirited way. They fought it positively to give the BJP and AAP a run for their money. It was an election in which the party cadres were really galvanized, and that was the whole point. I mean, a lot of people have questioned why there wasn't some kind of an alliance between parties, but ultimately, if you have these alliances, your own party workers, their ambitions, their place in the party never gets fully gratified. So you have to rejuvenate these cadres, you have to keep them alive, and I think this is what we have done for the future here. We have to really build on this, build on the vote share, and these are shifting sands. Electoral fidelity changes very quickly, as recent elections have told us. There is nothing to be disheartened about. Of course, I will mince no words in saying that it is a disappointing verdict for the time being, but there is much optimism and much to work on, and I'm hopeful that this will bear good results. We have a Bihar election coming up as well. We are hoping that the Congress would do very well as a part of the Mahagathbandhan over there, where we have a strong Gathbandhan. Remember that in the din of the Maharashtra elections, a spurious victory of the BJP in that election, the Jharkhand election, victory of the Congress party with the Gathbandhan was lost in that din. We did very well in that election. We all complemented each other. We're going to do well in Bihar as well. And as for Delhi, I mean, the building blocks are already there, as shown by this election. We have to build on them. We've lost ground, but we're now gaining that ground. So I think it bodes well for the future. For the time being, yes, of course, we have to go back to the drawing board.
So mixed reactions there from the Congress party. Zafar Islam, you wanted to make a point, sir.
See, when he was talking about Bihar, I'm sure he must be very disappointed. But when he's talking about Bihar, when he's talking about Telangana, that after general election, after assembly election, general election, they had put up a very good performance. But in Bihar, I suspect whether they will really be given any seats by the RJD, because they have made it very clear they were supporting Kejriwal, not Congress here. And Kejriwal has lost big time, and so is the other India Alliance partners. And
important point.
Congress is one political party. Anyone anyone associated with Congress, they eventually have to taste the defeat.
Right.
So I'm really suspecting that whether Congress will be accommodated by RJD in Bihar or not. That is something for everyone to see.
Okay, that's a very important point. Yeah, Anshul, you wanted to say something. See,
No, I just want to leave that to us. We'll figure out Bihar. I mean, they're on a back foot over there. They've got misgovernance. You know, what is really maybe disappointing for the Congress party in Delhi, but for the Delhiites, it's doomsday coming up. You know, the misgovernance that happened even during the Delhi riots, where the President of the United States was having dinner in the Rashtrapati Bhavan and there was a riot going on right under the nose of the Delhi police, managed by the BJP and the Modi government. So there's very little to hope for as far as Delhiites are concerned in Delhi, of course. But let's see, let's hope for the best that they can manage something.
Before I go to the political analyst, let me get in one comment from Hitesh Jain. Hitesh Jain, you're a city person yourself. You've seen Mumbai, you've seen Delhi. Tell us, and you also understand the BJP leadership. What can we expect from the BJP for Delhi? Because as a Delhi person myself, I do feel quite disappointed because there is lack of infrastructure. It does not really look like the capital of any country. Tell us, what can we expect once the BJP forms its government here and sets the ball rolling?
Vasudha, I'll give you a clear example. In Mumbai, one of the factors where the Bharatiya Janata Party did very well in the Maharashtra election, people were speaking about the infrastructure, Atal Setu, Coastal Road. People compared the regime of Uddhav Thackeray and the Congress government of the 2.5 years, and they saw the 2.5 years of the Mahayuti government. And in the Mahayuti government, you saw the speedy completion of the project. Metro 3 line was back on the track. I don't think people in Mumbai was complaining about the potholes on the road, and the development was clearly and visible, not only in Mumbai, but Mumbai, Pune, Mumbai to Nagpur, Samruddhi Mahamarg. Coming to Delhi, I think the plan, as far as the Bharatiya Janata Party leadership is concerned, I think they know their priority. I think they've spoken about providing the water connection to every house as the first priority, addressing the issues of garbage, addressing the issues of the road, and addressing the issues of the development for the capital of Delhi. I mean, Delhi being such an important city, it's a national capital, and it requires a development which I think it requires a top-class development. I mean, if you look at the model in Ahmedabad, Gandhinagar, if you look at even in what you have seen now, basically in Mumbai, and if you compare with other states also like Madhya Pradesh and all, when the party is repeatedly getting the mandate, the party is in power in 2 terms, 3 terms, we are winning elections after election. This is when people trust the leadership, when people believe, when Prime Minister Modi speaks about the guarantee, they believe in the guarantee and they believe in the vision of the development. I think when you compare with the theatrics that we have seen in the last 10 years, I think the narrative of development is very important. I also want to make one point very clear. On the day when the Congress party has scored 0 and their leadership till 11 o'clock is not even aware about the results. I think one of the press in the press interview, Priyanka Gandhi said she has not even looked at the results at 11 o'clock. I think it does not augurs well. Such arrogance is not good. If they want to be arrogant and if they don't want to look at the mandate of the people, I think they will continue to lose election after election. They set a too low a bar. They are very happy with the moral victory or 5.5%. I'm very glad the Congress party or the leadership have such kind of a vision. We wish them luck and we believe they should continue with such vision, because with such vision, they will be happy with the incremental 1% or 2% and will continue to win elections
I'll take a counter to that from Avijit, but Sumitra Goenka, very quickly tell us, ma'am, BJP seems to be leading on 15 out of the 22 bordering seats of Delhi, and this includes 7 of the 13 seats that border UP and 9 out of the 11 seats that border Haryana. So clearly there seems to be some impact of these states as well. How do you see BJP's performance in these areas?
Vasudha, good afternoon. I think people here have voted for development and change, and especially when they are looking at the neighboring states like Haryana and Uttar Pradesh, where many of the people are traveling daily for work reasons, they can see the change, the visible change in cities like Noida, Ghaziabad, Faridabad and all these areas. where they are traveling every day, and they are seeing how work is coming to these areas, how the development is happening, be it the roads, be it the other infrastructure facilities, the job opportunities that these states are creating. So basically, people are realizing the fact that continuing with Aam Aadmi Party is not going to take them towards developmental politics, because no major project has been done in New Delhi. If you look at the other areas also,
नम्रता के साथ स्वीकार करते हैं जनता का निर्णय सर माथे पर। मैं भारतीय जनता पार्टी को इस जीत के लिए बहुत बहुत बधाई देता हूं, और मैं उम्मीद करता हूं कि जिस उम्मीद के साथ और जिस आशा के साथ लोगों ने उनको बहुमत दिया है, वो उन सभी उम्मीदों और आशाओं पे पूरा उतरेंगे। हमने पिछले 10 साल में जनता ने जो मौका दिया हमें, उन 10 सालों में हमने बहुत सारे काम किए। शिक्षा के क्षेत्र में, स्वास्थ्य के क्षेत्र में, पानी के क्षेत्र में, बिजली के क्षेत्र में, और भी अलग अलग तरीके से लोगों को राहत पहुंचाने की कोशिश की उनकी ज़िंदगी में, और दिल्ली के इंफ्रास्ट्रक्चर को भी हमने सुधारने की कोशिश की। अब जो जनता ने हमें निर्णय दिया है, हम न केवल एक कंस्ट्रक्टिव ऑपोजिशन का रोल निभाएंगे, बल्कि हम समाज सेवा, जनता के सुख दुख में काम आना, व्यक्तिगत तौर पे जिसको भी जो ज़रूरत होगी, हम लोगों के सुख दुख में हमेशा काम आएंगे। क्योंकि हम राजनीति में कोई सत्ता के लिए नहीं आए, हम राजनीति को एक ज़रिया मानते हैं जिसके ज़रिए जनता की सेवा की जा सके, जिसके ज़रिए लोगों के सुख दुख में काम आया जा सके। वो काम हम करते रहेंगे और हमें आगे भी इसी तरह से जनता के सुख दुख में काम आना है। मैं आम आदमी पार्टी के सभी कार्यकर्ताओं को बहुत बहुत बधाई देना चाहता हूं। वो बहुत शानदार चुनाव लड़े, बहुत मेहनत की, उन्होंने बहुत कुछ सहा इस पूरे चुनाव के दौरान, उन्होंने बहुत शानदार चुनाव लड़ा। इसके लिए मैं उन सबको, सभी कार्यकर्ताओं को बहुत बहुत बधाई देना चाहता हूं।
So Arvind Kejriwal there conceding defeat, but at the same time saying that he will play the role of constructive opposition there in the assembly. Important points there. Arvind Kejriwal himself has lost his seat in New Delhi constituency. Let me quickly get a political reaction there. Zafar Islam, you heard Arvind Kejriwal speak now. What do you have to say about this? Was this expected?
No, finally he has accepted defeat, and I think all the spokesperson who are still continuing to say that they will get the 35 seats or more than 35 seats will now stop claiming that, because their Supremo has accepted the defeat. But more importantly, he still continues to say that what he has done, what he has not done. Perhaps people have discarded him purely because he overpromised and under-delivered, and something which has actually exposed Kejriwal as a leader. And also all the people who have supported him, they deserted those people, something which also didn't work for them. As far as Bharatiya Janata Party is concerned, we were very clear that we will stick to truth. We will only expose to Kejriwal what we have promised. We will deliver, and the Honorable Prime Minister's the confidence of people lies in the Honorable Prime Minister, and his ability to deliver things to their steps. And also, since the Honorable Prime Minister has made these assurances that he will personally monitor the developmental program in Delhi.
Okay, Zafar Islam, Atishi, who has won elections, is speaking now. Let's listen in to what she says.
विधानसभा का धन्यवाद करना चाहती हूँ जो उन्होंने मुझ पे भरोसा दिखाया। मैं अपनी पूरी टीम का धन्यवाद करना चाहती हूँ जिन्होंने बाहुबल, गुंडागर्दी, मार पिटाई का सामना भी करते हुए ज़मीनी स्तर पे मेहनत करी और जनता तक पहुँचे। बाकी दिल्ली की जनता का जनादेश है, हमें जनादेश स्वीकार है। ये मैं अपनी सीट जीती हूँ, लेकिन ये जीत का समय नहीं है, ये जंग का समय ही है। जंग जारी रहेगी भारतीय जनता पार्टी के खिलाफ, उनकी तानाशाही और उनकी गुंडागर्दी के खिलाफ। आम आदमी पार्टी हमेशा गलत के खिलाफ लड़ती आई है और हमेशा गलत के खिलाफ लड़ती रहेगी। ये ज़रूर एक सेटबैक है, लेकिन आम आदमी पार्टी का संघर्ष दिल्ली के लोगों के लिए, देश के लोगों के लिए कभी खत्म नहीं होगा। मैम प्लीज अगेन, प्लीज।
Okay, Atishi there saying that this is not the day to celebrate her victory, and of course she says that she has accepted the party's defeat. Let me go across to Madan Mohan there, who's also a political analyst. Atishi winning her seat, but Arvind Kejriwal, Manish Sisodia losing their seats. What does this mean for the larger politics of Aam Aadmi Party, sir?
Madam, first of all, I would like to congratulate all the winners of this election. There are several reasons behind it. Because BJP has just got the election in a, you can say, it is a very strategical elections for the BJP, because BJP has targeted middle class. It has been seen that it was the general trend that in Lok Sabha election, BJP middle class voter voted for the BJP, and in Vidhan Sabha election it swings to the Aam Aadmi Party. But this time BJP has just kept their swing towards the middle class voters voted for this time BJP. There are other reasons, that is Joggi voter have also voted for BJP because BJP has strategically maintained the influence in the Joggi area with their Vistara. There are other reasons.
Win for the BJP is what you're saying. I'll come back to you. Also, Sujata, I'll have to take some questions from you as well. But let's, today is the day of celebration for the BJP, and it's the winners' day. It's winners take it all. Let's go across to my colleague Nupur, who's been reporting from the BJP office today. Nupur, tell us, what is the mood like? Of course, the Prime Minister is going to be there at 7:30 today. It's going to be there at the BJP headquarters, but it's the BJP state office, which has also been bustling with a lot of activity since the last few days. Take us through the sentiment today.
Well, today we are seeing their celebrations all around in the Delhi office, Delhi BJP office. If you can see, there are firecrackers, there are bands. People are celebrating all across. They are celebrating on the street in front of the office. They are celebrating inside the office. There are sweets being distributed. If you can see the mood of the people, flags are, today BJP flags are flying high, and the mood is really high with the people, and people are celebrating with colors, and people are having sweets, and right now we are just taking you through inside towards the entrance of the BJP Delhi headquarters, which is packed with supporters. The supporters have lined up since, and this is, I can tell you, this has been going on for past 1.5 hours since we are here. The celebrations are not stopping. People are celebrating, and the BJP worker is celebrating today. The people, they are on roads. They're firecrackers all around. They're bursting firecrackers. Even though Delhi has banned firecrackers, still we see firecrackers being burned here. People are in a celebratory mood, and inside also you can, if you can zoom in, you will see that people are dancing and people are celebrating. The BJP workers are celebrating with colors. Colors are flying inside the Delhi BJP headquarters, and they are exchanging greetings and everything. So all in all, the mood is quite high today in the Delhi BJP office. So the celebrations are not stopping, and I assure you, even after 1 hour or 2 hours, they will be celebrating. People have been dancing and all. So their mood is quite high today.
Thank you, Nupur, for joining us with those details. Sujata, BJP has been riding this electoral high for the past few months. Maharashtra elections, Haryana elections, and now this is a hat-trick with Delhi elections. Prime Minister goes to the US, and before that Paris. So these are important geopolitical meetings that are coming up. Of course, this is not really going to have an impact on that, but clearly this has given a lot of impetus to the Prime Minister, who of course faced a personal setback with the reduced mandate that we saw in Lok Sabha 2024. Tell us, how do you see the BJP from here on, aggressively countering the opposition? Because clearly the opposition is getting reduced in all states. And what are the corrective measures that you think helped the BJP?
I think today, if there is one statement that would fit in to the enthusiasm of BJP is, how's the Josh? So they would all say, hi, sir, or probably very high, sir, because they ended a dry spell of about 2 decades. So it's a remarkable victory for them. But what I see from here is that they will have higher expectation. People of Delhi will expect much better governance, much better law and order, which seems to be a concern now, infrastructure, roads. And with AAP being in MCD, I see BJP will have some sort of issues to look into there, so that we might see some blame game over there as well. I also see that BJP, in whether it's Odisha or in Delhi, these are the 2 states where they were never in power, and it was supposed to be led by a personality-driven party like Naveen Patnaik there, and here Arvind Kejriwal. And now with both the forts being breached, you would see a BJP even entering states where people thought that they would never enter. And I mean, just look at their trends. Whichever state they go to, then they unlike Congress, once Congress goes out of power, they lose their organizational strength. They'll lose, they'll probably become party number 3, because most of the cases a regional party will come and take their place. Right. That happened in Delhi. That happened in Uttar Pradesh when they lost. Samajwadi Party took their. That happened in Bihar too. But BJP only adds on from there. So I see a much stronger BJP in Delhi, better coordination between the center and the state leadership, which is good for the Delhi people, because I think by this mandate looks like Delhi people were tired of this blame game. Ye nahi kiya, LG nahi karne de raha hai, to Modi nahi karne de rahe hain. And because at the end of the day, I mean, the Aam Janta is not bothered about ki kaun nahi karne de raha hai, because they have to face.
Work to be done.
They want the roads to be better. They want the sewers to be clean. They don't want to see the garbage, mountains of garbage and the air pollution. People choking to death. I think it's
the Delhi voter there sending out a message or two, a very clear message, a decisive mandate there for the BJP. And of course, this means that the BJP's electoral high continues with its victories both in Maharashtra and Haryana. It's time for a short break. We'll be back with more voices and visuals on the Delhi outcome in just a bit.
मोबाइल फोन किसी भी ब्रांड का काम का तब होता है जब उसमें NDTV का ऐप हो।
जब अपना फोन किसी को दो तो NDTV ऐप के अलावा बाकी सब डिलीट कर देना।
नहीं तो क्या सियापा होता है, जानने के लिए देखिए हमारी स्वीट लव स्टोरी लव्यापा आपके नजदीकी सिनेमा घरों में।
तुम अपना फोन एक दिन के लिए बानी को दोगे और बानी तुम अपना फोन एक दिन के लिए गौरव को दो।
और न्यूज के लिए कीप वॉचिंग NDTV।
हर 2 साल में फोन बदले जाते हैं गुच्ची।
NDTV ऐप नहीं।
Big budget day. Big newsmakers on NDTV. Top ministers and opposition leaders.
ये by the people, of the people and for the people budget.
It is a fulfilling budget.
This is a development budget.
It's one of the finest budgets I've ever seen.
More than a bold move, it is a clever move.
NDTV, always the first choice of newsmaker. NDTV keeps you ahead.
I've been reporting on all issues big and small from Andhra Pradesh, Telangana, rest of South India, bringing you all the action, all that you need to know, all that you want to know.
The energy of Maximum City is infectious. I bring in that energy in our news coverage from financial capital Mumbai.
Covering from the southernmost part of India over the last 23 years, I bring in-depth and 360-degree coverage from the Dravidian heartland.
The land of Mishti is also known for its bitter politics. I have seen much water flow under the Howrah Bridge, covering Bengal in all its vivid colors.
Mahakumbh, the festival of faith. The world's biggest spiritual festival. The divine dip at the spiritual Sangam. A sacred confluence of faith, culture and heritage. NDTV's mega coverage of the Mega Fest. NDTV at Mahakumbh 2025. Big budget day. Big newsmakers on NDTV. Top ministers and opposition leaders.
ये by the people, of the people and for the people budget.
It is a fulfilling budget. This is a development budget.
It's one of the finest budgets I've ever seen.
More than a bold move, it is a clever move.
NDTV, always the first choice of newsmaker. NDTV keeps you ahead.
I've been reporting on all.
Welcome back. It's a big day for Delhi, blockbuster election outcome day, and BJP has stormed back to power in the capital after 27 long years. It's an emotive day for the supporters of the BJP and also an important day for the people of Delhi as politics changes from here on. For the capital city, Aam Aadmi Party big guns, Arvind Kejriwal and Manish Sisodia, have lost their seats, and this is a huge setback for the Aam Aadmi Party, which anyway was facing turbulent times with the arrest of Arvind Kejriwal. Arvind Kejriwal's banking on his welfare promises, clearly that hasn't worked this time, and the BJP, which has promised work with welfare, has come back to power in Delhi after 27 long years. A big comeback, a significant comeback, and something that is reflective of the kind of campaigns that the party has had both in Haryana and Maharashtra, where the party has managed to win landslide victories. There, BJP registering a comfortable victory with 48-seat lead, and the Aam Aadmi Party on 22. Now, the man of the hour, the visuals there that you see, Parvesh Verma, somebody who has defeated Arvind Kejriwal, someone who gave a difficult time to the BJP. He stands defeated today, and it was Parvesh Verma who had contested against him from the prestigious New Delhi constituency known for giving us the Chief Ministers of New Delhi. Parvesh Verma has defeated Arvind Kejriwal, and those visuals of his celebrations there. My colleague Aishwarya Jain has managed to strike a conversation with him. In fact, NDTV is the first channel to get him on record. Let's listen in to that conversation.
The giant killer of the Delhi elections 2025, Parvesh Verma, who defeated Arvind Kejriwal, is joining us. So thank you so much for speaking to us. कितनी बड़ी जीत, किस तरीके से पूरे कैंपेन को याद करते हैं, और अब दिल्ली में 27 साल के बाद भारतीय जनता पार्टी आ चुकी है, क्या कुछ कहेंगे, क्या संदेश है, पूरे चुनाव को किस तरीके से याद करते हैं?
मैं सबसे पहले तो दिल्ली वासियों को इस बात के लिए बधाई देता हूं कि एक उन्होंने अच्छा फैसला किया है। ये जीत का श्रेय मैं हमारे प्रधानमंत्री जी आदरणीय नरेंद्र मोदी जी को, हमारे राष्ट्रीय अध्यक्ष आदरणीय जेपी नड्डा जी को, हमारे गृह मंत्री जी आदरणीय अमित शाह जी को, ये सब वो चेहरे हैं जिन्होंने दिल्ली में असली जीत को हासिल किया है, और इनके ऊपर में विश्वास करके दिल्ली की जनता ने हमें ये मैंडेट दिया है।
Well, the Chief Minister of Haryana, Nayab Singh Saini, also a BJP leader, joins us on the phone line. Mr. Saini, आपने एक बहुत ही pivotal role play किया था दिल्ली के कैंपेन में। यमुना तक आप गए थे, आपने उसका पानी भी पिया था, और आज अरविंद केजरीवाल की हार हो गई है, आम आदमी पार्टी की हार हो गई है। इसको आप कैसे देखते हैं सर?
दीदी, मैंने उस दिन कहा था कि ये झूठ बोल रहा है, इसने झूठ बोल करके दिल्ली के लोगों में भय पैदा किया है, और ये व्यक्ति जब जिस व्यक्ति ने हरियाणा की माटी पे जन्म लिया हो, ये हरियाणा का नहीं रहा, उसी को ऊपर आरोप लगा दिया, तो ये दिल्ली का कैसे होगा? ये दिल्ली में भी इसको हार का मुंह देखना पड़ेगा। और दिल्ली के लोगों ने वो अपना संदेश वो दे दिया है, वो सुना दिया है फरमान, और आपदा सरकार को बाहर किया है। और दिल्ली के अंदर वहाँ के लोग जिन आदरणीय मोदी जी की नीतियों से, जिन योजनाओं से वंचित थे, जिनको इसने वंचित किया हुआ था, मुझे आज खुशी है इस बात की कि आज वो सब योजनाएं, वो सब जो जिनसे वंचित दिल्ली के लोग थे, उनका लाभ मिलना दिल्ली के लोगों को शुरू हो जाएगा। और इस प्रकार का इसने नैरेटिव सेट करने की कोशिश की कि हरियाणा के लोग यमुना के जल में जहर मिला करके दे रहे हैं, उसका जवाब दिल्ली के लोगों ने दे दिया है। और आदरणीय मोदी जी के नेतृत्व में हम दिल्ली के अंदर स्वच्छ जल हम पहले भी दे रहे थे, जो दिल्ली में ये केजरीवाल स्वच्छ जल देने में नाकाम रहा है। हमारी ये गारंटी है, मोदी जी की गारंटी है, हम दिल्ली के लोगों को स्वच्छ जल पहुंचाने का काम करेंगे। आज दिल्ली के लोगों ने मोदी जी की नीतियां और हमारे नड्डा जी के उस कुशल नेतृत्व के ऊपर मोहर लगाई है। हमारी तमाम उच्च लीडरशिप जो दिल्ली के अंदर लगी रही और उसके ऊपर बड़ा विश्वास मोदी जी की नीतियों पे किया है, आज उसका परिणाम है कि दिल्ली के लोगों ने एक बड़ा विश्वास भारतीय जनता पार्टी।
राइट मिस्टर सैनी, जब हरियाणा में बीजेपी की जीत हुई थी तो वो काफ़ी एक सरप्राइज की तरह देखा गया था, क्योंकि हमें बहुत सारों को लगा था कि शायद कांग्रेस ज़्यादा पावरफुल पोजीशन में है। लेकिन आज जब बीजेपी की जीत दिल्ली में हुई है तो ये एक्सपेक्टेड भी था, इसके साथ साथ हरियाणा के विक्ट्री का इम्पैक्ट भी इसमें दिख रहा है। आपको लगता है कि इसका एक प्रभाव पड़ा है हरियाणा में जो बीजेपी की विक्ट्री हुई थी उसका?
केजरीवाल कांग्रेस पार्टी एक ही थैली के चट्टे बट्टे हैं, दोनों भ्रष्टाचार में लिप्त रहते हैं और दोनों झूठ के माहिर हैं। झूठ बोल करके उनको इस प्रकार का करने वाले हैं, परंतु सब प्रचार करते हैं। अब इनका चेहरा जनता के साथ है, ईमानदारी नकाब जो उतारा है उसके अंदर भ्रष्टाचार ही दिखाई दे रहा है। और अब मोदी जी की जो नीतियों के ऊपर विश्वास किया है, हम डट करके हरियाणा प्रदेश को, दिल्ली को और जो विकसित राष्ट्र बनाने का आदरणीय प्रधानमंत्री जी ने एक सपना देखा है, उसमें दिल्ली भी मजबूती से आगे खड़ा होकर के लगेगा।
राइट मिस्टर सैनी, यमुना की क्लीनिंग में अब हरियाणा की तरफ से कितना कोऑपरेशन मिलेगा दिल्ली को, क्योंकि दोनों प्रदेशों में जो है बीजेपी की सरकार होगी?
देखिए दीदी, हम पहले भी जो यमुना स्वच्छ है उसको लेकर के काम कर रहे थे। हमने कभी भी, क्योंकि